Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. How are you? How do I sound? Let me know how everything is. I just got real loud in the microphone so that we could test the sound out. But let me know. Is the music too loud? Am I too loud? Let me know. We are crocheting dinosaurs today. And I'm going to try to make a deal with y'all today. If we can get this video to 100 likes, I'm going to do a live new Amigurumi pattern. So go ahead and give this video a like down below. We're going to get going in just a few minutes. And we are voting right now on what color our dino should be. We're going to be voting on a bunch of different things for the dinosaur today. So keep a lookout into the chat. But yeah, give this video a like and let me know how everything sounds. And we'll be going in just a moment. All right, see you in a sec. All right, sorry. Here we go. Ready to rock and roll? Okay, good, me too. Hello, everybody. Hi. Sorry, I know my camera's a little... I don't know, I tried to fix it like a million times, but it didn't work. Hi! I know, look at this crazy zoomed in video here. I'm sorry it's so zoomed in too, but guys, Lava Run is out now! And I really wanted to show you. This is my new game. Look at that. Look how cool it is. My new game. It's out now. It's called Lava Run. You are a dinosaur escaping a volcano. It's very cool. There's a copyright back there also. It's super cool and it's out now, and we are going to crochet some dinosaurs for it. See, what's really cool about this game, apologies for everybody that's been here so long and has heard me talk about it so much, but I've been working on this game forever and it's finally out now, and I'm very excited. And so what we're going to do today is we're going to crochet some pieces out of our crochet kit for it, so that we can play with these pieces in a later live stream. I kind of want to do another live stream today, but I don't think I'm gonna. So yeah, I think we're just going to be crocheting it today, but anyhow, I'm really excited. What's really cool about this game is not only is it just a cool board game that you can play and crochet, that you can play and help a dinosaur escape from a volcano, but you can also crochet it. That's what I meant to say. It's really cool. Sorry, I'm very excited about it. So it's a really cool game. I highly suggest you check it out. If you haven't already heard about it, get it right here. You can find it at lavarungame.com. There should be a link in the bio. Today, we are going to be crocheting a dinosaur based on your suggestions for the game. Now, when I say based on your suggestions, I'm going to need some ideas on what to make this dinosaur. I already got one idea from my dad, who's actually in the chat right now. Everybody say hi to my dad, Bobby. Hi, Daddy. Papa Loops is what he's often known as. He is chilling in a hospital bed right now because he had some side pain, and he's okay. Everybody, he's all right. He's just chilling, and he's bored. And so we're gonna crochet him a dinosaur today. And his suggestion was a blacksmith dinosaur, and I think that's kind of a fun idea. So I think we should probably work off of that. But I am open to other ideas if we want to do a vote on it. I have a feeling that the chat's probably going to be down for a blacksmith dino, which is great. I love that too. And we're going to need a bunch of suggestions throughout it. We're going to use the materials from our new dinosaur crochet kit. Not new, but new for today. Dinosaur crochet kit. And I'm very excited about that. Also, if this video gets enough likes, we're looking for 100 likes today. And if we can get 100 likes, I'll also do, at the end of this video, a new Amigurumi pattern where I'll design a new pattern of a little tiny dinosaur, itty bitty, just for the stream. It'll be brand spanking new, and I'm very excited if we can get there, but we got a while to go. So give this video a like down below, comment down below, and let's get rocking and rolling. We've already chosen the color for today, which would be purple. So while I grab that material, let's talk about all the other materials that you might need to crochet this pattern as we get suggestions on... Oh, actually, let's get a vote going on which dinosaur to crochet while we are grabbing our materials. So which dino do we make? I think we need to make... We haven't really made a lot of T-Rexes, so I'm going to put T-Rex on the list. We've done a lot of Brontosaurus, and we've done a decent amount of Stegosaurus. Maybe we can throw in a raptor. That could be kind of fun. Let's see. We got raptor. A dino dressed as me is a good suggestion. I love that. Let's see. We can do a raptor. The great thing about this kit is that it comes with 8 different dinosaur patterns. So you can make a raptor, you can make a Stegosaurus, you can make a Triceratops, you can make a T-Rex, you can make an Ankylosaurus, you can make a Plesiosaur, you can make a Pterodactyl, which technically isn't a dinosaur. Okay, I'll throw in Baby Bronto on the list because we're getting some requests for that. And we'll throw in Pterodactyl pterodactyl. Actually, let's throw in... Oh, what is a good blacksmith dinosaur? Maybe an Ankylosaurus? Maybe? It's hard to customize Ankylosaurus, though. Because I want to make it really customized today. I want to make it like a special custom dino that has an occupation or some kind of vibe to it. I think the pterodactyl might be kind of fun. Let's put that on the list too. Okay. So we're going to vote right now on which dinosaur to make. So we're voting between a T-Rex, a raptor, a baby brontosaurus, or a pterodactyl. You can vote now in the chat. There should be a little poll there. So go vote and comment with which one is your favorite. And while you do that, let's talk about all the materials you're going to need, because regardless of what we're making it purple. And we're pulling our materials from our new Dinosaur Crochet Kit. So we're pulling it from the Dino Kit. What's great about this Dino Kit is it comes with 4 different balls of yarn, enough to make 8 little dinosaurs, or 1 big dinosaur and then like a few little dinosaurs. And it comes with 4 different colors. You got purple, we got pink, we got blue, and we got yellow. We're probably going to need some alternative colors when we customize this pattern, but for the base design, we've chosen purple. So I'm using worsted weight cotton yarn for this pattern. This is 100% cotton amigurumi yarn. It's my favorite kind of yarn to use for amigurumi in general. And we're going to be using our purple today. This is a very special worsted weight yarn, and I highly suggest you use worsted weight yarn if you can. But if you don't have worsted weight yarn, you can make these patterns with any yarn that you really want. You just want to make sure you have the right crochet hook. We're also going to need a white yarn. Now let's talk about that crochet hook, because this kit is so great because it actually comes with the crochet hook. Not only does it come with the crochet hook, it comes with a bunch of things. So we got a crochet hook. Well, let's go ahead and open this extremely loud wrapping. All right, so first off, we're going to need our crochet hook. We're going to be using this size G 4mm crochet hook that comes with our kit. It's the best hook to use for what we are making. We're also going to need, we probably won't need these pipe cleaners unless we choose the pterodactyl, but it does have pipe cleaners just in case you want to make it in a different, make certain kinds of dinosaurs. But we'll keep that in here. We're of course going to need some scissors, which is great because this kit actually comes with these fancy scissors that you can actually pull apart, and they're really cool. I really like these scissors. I actually have opened a bunch of these kits just to get the scissors because I really like them. So we got the scissors. We need some eyes. The kit comes with a bunch of safety eyes to make our 8 dinosaurs. We're going to be using 6mm eyes in this pattern. Really depends on which dinosaur we want to make, on which size eyes we want, but we're going to be doing the smaller dinosaurs, so that'll be fine. And then a darning needle to sew in the stitches. I might end up using an alternative darning needle here because I like these darning needles that I also have in the shop. So that plastic darning needle is great, and it does work, but sometimes I like to get a little fancy with it. So we're going to use our fancy crimped end darning needles that come in our little packets here. And then you'll need some stuffing. Oh look, we have an extra darning needle. That's great. And then you'll need some stuffing. Good thing is this kit comes with a whole bunch of stuffing, so we're good with that. It's actually really, really soft stuffing too. So that's all the materials that we're going to be using. How is our vote going so far? Let's go ahead and get these. Let's use a yellow. I want to use a yellow one. So that way you can really see the needle. All right, so how's the vote going? Which dino are we working with? We currently got a T-Rex on the vote. Baby Bronto close behind. Only 21 votes so far, though. All right, so we got to do a few more. Let's go ahead and get a few more votes and talk while we're waiting about how you can support this channel if that's something you're interested in, and that would be really cool if you can. If you like what's going on here, you think that this is pretty cool and you want it to keep happening, well, you can support this channel. It would be really cool if you did. The best way, or the freest way, I should say, to support this channel is just like this video down below. If this video gets enough likes, we're looking for 100 likes during the stream, then we will do a new Amigurumi pattern, and I'll just give you a really, really quick preview of it. I actually forgot how to design this, so we would have to figure it out live together, but this is what we're playing for today. So try to get this video to 100 likes, and we'll make this really cute mini dinosaur, and I'll teach you how to make it and everything. I have to remember how to make it, so it'll take me a little bit of a process, but honestly, that's kind of really fun to watch, I think, is the process of how to create a pattern. So that is what is up for grabs, I guess. I don't know. If you really like what's going on here and you really want to support this channel, there's a few ways you can do so. The first is with a membership. Members get early access to future patterns and access to the exclusive library of tutorials. We have a whole bunch of patterns in the library. We're talking dinosaurs like, hold on, let me grab them. We got so many different dinosaurs on the site. Obviously, we got T-Rexes. This pattern's great. We got pterodactyls, adorable. We've got ankylosauruses. I don't really know how to pronounce it. We got a helicopter flying right over our head. We got triceratops. Let's see. We got raptors. This is a cute little rainbow raptor. All these patterns are available with the Club Crochet membership. Members get early access to future patterns too. They get access to the exclusive library of them. I come out with new ones all the time. I highly suggest you get a membership. Members start at only $5 a month. $5.99 actually. You can get a free trial too if it's something you want, and you can cancel it at any time. In addition to a membership, today especially, it would be really cool if you could support by purchasing Lava Run, our new board game that you can actually crochet, that we're making our dinosaurs for. So this is a new board game that I just released. It's very, very cool. You help a dinosaur escape a volcano, and it's available right now at lavarungame.com. And not only can you get the main game of Lava Run, but there's also an expansion pack that I just released. Released? Yes, that's right, released. The new expansion pack that I just released called H2O No, where you add a whole bunch of additional chaos to your volcano. Water-themed chaos. So we're talking tsunamis and hurricanes and tornadoes, and they are going to make your trip down the volcano even more chaotic and even more fun. I highly suggest you pick up the H2O No expansion pack with the game if you can. There's a nice bundle that saves you some money as well. And there's another bundle that you can get to save you even more money to get the Dinosaur Crochet Kit with the main game with the H2O No expansion. So highly suggest it. If you put them all together, you get a whole bunch off. My dad just supported with a super chat, which is a great... Dad, thank you very much. What a great transition. Transition? You know what I mean. That's another way you can help support this channel. If you really like what's going on here, you can super chat by going to the bottom of the chat there. There's a little dollar icon. You can hit that dollar icon and add however much you want. And if you support today, we'll put something in the background for you. And my dad is the first person to support. So super duper thanks to my dad. Hope you're having a great day, Dad. Hope you're having as good of a day as you possibly can. And we're going to add this to the background for you, Dad. I actually just found this guy because I totally forgot that I had him. This is a cool, like, 80s themed dinosaur. That's glasses fell off. Well, he looks awesome, though. He's a brontosaurus. Oh, no, a plesiosaur with a super cool 3D glasses. And we'll put him here. We'll put his glasses on his head instead, like that. And we'll throw him right back here. We'll replace it with the yarn. And anybody that supports with a super chat today will get another dinosaur put into the background. So we'll put it back here so we can give ourselves a little bit of space. Okay, I think that's everything I wanted to say. Am I missing anything, chat? I don't know. You can let me know. We are going to be talking all about Lava Run today, though, so I really hope you're down to hear about it, because I'm down to talk about it. Okay, so we're making a T-Rex, it looks like. I think that we have pretty much decided that we're making a blacksmith, right? Yeah. We've all agreed on blacksmith, it looks like. Blacksmith, blah, blah. Yeah, no one's even given any other suggestions because they know a blacksmith is a great idea. Which means we're going to need to draw this out because this could be complicated. All right, we need... what I really need is some paper and a pen because I put it... Paper. Check. Pen. Check. I got this at a robot restaurant in Japan. Hopefully it still works. Okay, so we're making a blacksmith dinosaur. That is a T-Rex. Right? How many votes? Yeah, we got a T-Rex is pretty solid. Okay, so we got a T-Rex dino. We're going to need a secondary color, by the way, for our dino's belly color. So, actually, let me get that vote going, too, right now. Secondary color option. Secondary color... Let's just secondary color. Pink. We got yellow. And we've got blue. Yeah, we'll just go with those three because those are the colors that come in the kit anyhow. All right, so we got a T-Rex. I can draw just a normal T-Rex to get us started. And it's kind of like that. He's got a little hands. Yeah, hi, Jimbo. Jimbo's here to say hi. And then he's got this cute little tail. I'm going to have to remember how to make a T-Rex. So he's going to have this cute belly, too. He's got his little eyes and his little nose and another tooth and his spikes on the back. Okay, so that's our T-Rex as normal. Now, what we want to do is we want to blacksmith it up. So that definitely is going to mean a, what's it called? A belly. No, a apron. An apron. Blacksmiths always got aprons on. So it'll be like, I don't even know how to draw an apron though. Something like this. An apron thing. And then he'll have like a little strap down here with his tools down there. So we'll have like a hammer. And maybe we can make some tongs. I know that's a blacksmith thing. By the way, my dad wanted to do a crochet blacksmith because he is a blacksmith. A welder's helmet, maybe. That's not really blacksmithing, but it could work. An apron for sure. Dad, you are the expert here. What else makes a blacksmith a blacksmith? Ooh, an anvil. An anvil for sure. How do I draw an anvil? An anvil's like that, kinda. I know our drawing is not the best today, but that's okay. We'll make do with it. And I think there's going to be a hat of some kind, but I can't think of what it would be. Maybe like an old school hat. Ooh, make the... Oh, I like that. I like that, bruh. Make the apron with gray splotches. I like it. We can make that. Hammer. Yeah. Oh, what about goggles? What about like big like, you know? Like with a strapper on the back. It kind of looks a little bit more like steampunky though. But honestly, that kind of is feeling that right? Yeah, goggles, a safety mat. My dad wears a newspaper boy hat. Newspaper boy hat could totally work. All right, well, regardless, we know we're going to make a T-Rex in purple. And the secondary color, which you all have chosen, is looking like it's going to be yellow, which is perfect. So we can get started on the T-Rex part, and then we can add all the other stuff on afterwards. I think that's a good strategy. Yeah, Jimbo agrees. You want to say hi, Jimbo, really quick before we get going? Jimbo wants to say hello, so excuse the very jittery camera, but come here, bud. Come here. I know. You sound very sniffly. Oh, he's going to sneeze. Yeah. You want to say hi to the chat? Say hi. No? You're just happy now because I'm holding you? Yeah. He's like, wow, everything's so cool from all the way up here. Yeah. Oh my gosh, you're such a baby. All right. Well, chill out. We will hang out after the stream is over, my little dude. Okay. Let's get hooking. We're making a purple dinosaur. Let me see here. This is like Barney style, actually. Purple T-Rex, huh? Where is the T-Rex? Hold on, we gotta pull up the pattern. T-Rex. Oh my gosh, Jimbo just came over. He grabbed a little piece of yarn and he walked away. That's too cute. Okay, we need a little bit of this white yarn too. This will be fun. Maybe we'll do like a few dinosaurs using these kits over the next few weeks. That could be a lot of fun. Ooh, the vote for the secondary color is getting close, by the way. Jimbo, the legendary cat that holds the record for biggest cat boogers, you betcha. Okay, so we are making a T-Rex in purple. We're going to take this off. Ready? Oh! That's the sound it makes every time you take the wrapping off of one of these, one of our balls of yarn. By the way, just, I don't know if you knew that. It's very cool. Very exciting. I voted pink for the secondary color, but I'm super cool with yellow or whatever color we end up deciding on. Hey, again, we're going for 100 likes today during the live stream to get to unlock a new Amigurumi pattern. So just another shout out there. I'll probably do that shout out a few times throughout today's live stream. Okay, so let's start like this, and we're gonna start with remembering how this pattern is made. Okay. Yeah. Do. This pattern, by the way, is available on the website. You can find it also at clubcrochet.com/T-Rex. That'll take you directly to the pattern. And a bunch of other patterns there. I've been working on some alternative patterns also, like a Parasaurolophus and a Carnotaurus, some other like dino patterns to add to this collection. But I've also been working on a bunch of other stuff, so it's like my brain has been fried this week. I was also sick. I had a cold this week, so I have been in bed pretty much all week. Okay, so there's a good start. Hi, Jiminy. Are you going to try to eat our yarn? I bet you do. I bet you do. Okay, we're going to slip stitch here. And the new round starts right after the slip stitch. Okay, cool. Hey. Purple yarn is not edible. I know, it's just not. It's not edible. We're going to have to keep the yarn on camera. Or on up here so that Jimbo doesn't eat it all. He is feisty. Jules is currently doing a show right now, which is very exciting. But that also means that there's no one to keep him distracted. So I am in charge of the kitty today. Which means you have to deal with me giving attention to my cat every now and then. The good news is I can pet him with my foot, which I'm consistently doing because he loves feet. Jimbo is obsessed with feet. All right, Takoyaki, thanks for joining. I'll see you again a little later. By the way, shout out to our moderators today, Cooper and Zoe, who are helping to keep this chat nice and cozy. Thanks for being here, guys. I know it's a Saturday, and you might have been thinking about doing other things. I don't know. But I appreciate you being here, and I just want you to know that. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there's round 2 done. That's looking like a T-Rex. All right, we'll increase it up again here. But yeah, so I've had a cold this week, so I was kind of out of it. I've been working on a bunch of other projects too in between my lucidness of being in a cold. I've been sitting on the couch playing a little bit of the new Silk Song, which is a cool game where you play a little bug. It's not easy. It's a very difficult game, but it's super duper fun. So I was playing that a bunch this week also. And it's actually not a very good game to play when you're sick because you need to be good. And I am not good at doing the thinky part when I'm sick. But luckily I'm feeling a lot better today. I was feeling not great yesterday, which is why we decided to move the stream over a little bit. Green Dino next. You love Club Crochet greens. Oh, thank you. Peace of mind. I appreciate that. I actually totally agree with you. I think the greens are my favorite color of our Club Crochet yarn. So I appreciate that. We got to get our yarn up and available for sale too. It's only available for sale via these crochet kits right now, but it's something I've been wanting to do is put our yarn up for sale. So probably after the holidays we'll have I'll get that going. Right now there's just so many things going on that I just can't keep up. 1 2 3 4 5 and then our increase right here. Okay, I think we're gonna need our secondary color pretty soon. And did we have any ideas on other customizations for our Brontosaurus that looks like a blacksmith? I'm not sure. Okay, 1 2 3 5. And the rest of this round is just single crochets. And we got that sweet the nice challenge of not using a stitch marker, which is always also super fun. Love not using a stitch marker. Seriously, I really do like not using a stitch marker. It makes it a little bit more difficult, but also more, I don't know. I like it. It's kind of like more of a challenge or something. All right, that was a good round there. I'm going to cut this yarn just to get it out of our way because I don't like looking at it. I don't like looking at it. An apron, yes. Like this video down below if you can. If this video gets enough likes, we're going to be doing a new Amigurumi pattern live. So we'll see if it gets there. Jimbo is freaking out right now. Okay. I think this is correct. I think I'm supposed to add a nose here. Oh, I am. Okay. Wait, a nostril. So it's 1 2 3 4 5 6. Yes, it's this stitch. I knew it. Oh my gosh. Love that. Boom. There's our nostril. You can see it's a nostril because it goes like over the stitches there, and it'll just stick out a little bit more and look more like a nostril. But that way we don't have to actually sew it on. And then this one will do the same right here. See? Got these two little nostrils there. They're kind of hard to see, but they'll be more noticeable later on too. Okay. So there's our T-Rex nose. The nose. An apron is no doubt. We definitely need to make an apron. Oh, we might want to make this guy a little apprentice too. That could be kind of fun. I definitely want to do goggles. I wonder how I can make goggles that look like really good. I've made cool goggles in the past. Actually, I'll show you something cool that I made in the past that we might be able to use the idea from in today's video. Maybe. It's kind of complicated though, and I need to get my hot glue gun out, so I don't know if it's gonna happen, but we'll see. I'll explain it later. If I forget that I said that, please remind me. Okay, looks like blue is winning for our secondary color. Oh, I totally agree with you, dude. I totally agree. I think this pattern, that's one of the reasons why this pattern is so cool, is there are a lot of like very unique stitches in this pattern specifically. It's one of the patterns I think that I have that has probably the most specialty stitches in it. I even invented a stitch just for this pattern to make the feet. 1 2 3. Okay. Oh, I have another cool thing that we're going to do. I got an idea. 1 sec. Let me finish this round, and then I will explain it. Basically, every round, I think it'd be really fun to talk about the different tiles in Lava Run for each section. Okay, so we got 1, 2, 3, and then I need 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One more. 11. I think that's right. You know what? I should count that one more time. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, we're good. We're Gucci, Stanley Tucci. Ooh, a face shield. A face shield could work. I actually think I might have a more difficult time making a face shield because, well, I could crochet a face shield. That could totally work. Actually, I totally could crochet a face shield. Dad, what is your suggestion? Do you think goggles or a face shield would be more on brand for a welding, or not a welder, a blacksmith T-Rex? Okay, every round that we finish, there's our first round, or there's a round done. I'm gonna take just a quick break, and I'm gonna talk about. I'm gonna pull out a different tile from our game. So let me go ahead and open the game real quick. By the way, check this out. Hold on. I gotta fix it up. 1 second. Check out how cool this is. I hope this comes out on camera well. What's great is, check this out. The way the box comes off. So there's like a little face on the front of the box of my new game, and when you take it off, it like barely comes off too. It like really slowly comes off, but it has a different face under it, which I like. And wait, check this out too. He's also got a butt crack. You know it's a Louis creation when he adds a butt crack to the bottom of the actual box of the game. Okay, back to it. We'll get this guy a little bit. All right, so let's look at a bunch of different tiles here from our new game. Starting with... Ooh! Yeah, let's start here. Okay, so the first thing is a lava tile. In this game, there's a bunch of these different tiles. This is basically the gist of the game, is you're going to get a bunch of tiles like this, and they all connect together. So every turn, you have to play lava tiles on the board, and it helps, like, create more and more chaos as you get going. So this is a T lava tile. There's a bunch of different kinds of lava tiles, though. There's end pieces, there's curves, a bunch of them. But lava tiles are definitely the main thing that you're going to end up getting in Lava Run. Wait, hold on. Round 7. Okay, got it. Wait. 1, 2. Got it. Okay. Yeah, there's most of the tiles in the game are going to end up being those Lava Run tiles. So it ends up being like, that is your, usually the hand you get is consistent of a lot of different lava tiles that you need to strategically place on the board. The idea also, there's like kind of 2 ways to play the game. Actually, there's 3 ways to play the game. There's single player mode where you play it by yourself. There's co-op mode where you play it with your friends and you're all trying to escape the volcano together. And then there's versus mode, which actually is my favorite way to play it. And in versus mode, you are it's every dinosaur for themselves, and there's only one spot on the raft to get off. I like versus mode the most. It's challenging, but it's really fun and kind of chaotic. So as you're placing your lava tiles, you want to like either strategically try to place them so they're not in your way or your team's way if you're working like solo or co-op, or try to put them strategically so that they are in the way of your opponents to make it easier for you to get to the end of the volcano, and they have to like spend more time trying to save themselves than trying to place lava where you are. It's super cool. It's a very strategic game. and I like it a lot. What are we making? Shayla, we are making a T-Rex right now. And every round, which we just finished another round, we're going to look at a different tile from my new game. Okay, so there's the lip, by the way. This is kind of like the mouth, where the mouth's going to go with the dinosaur. We're going to sew little teeth on under that. And we'll continue that in a second, but let's look at another tile in Lava Run. This one is called the Burst tile. This tile can be played on any open square in the game. And what it does is it allows you, normally you can only play lava tiles in the back of the board. It's got to connect to the back of the board and then it starts to creep down the board. But if you get one of these, you can place it anywhere on the board and then now all the lava can connect to this burst. So it can start getting more and more wild as you go, creating more and more chaos. So that's the burst tile. This one actually is really clutch to get in the game. It like really changes the way you play the game, and you can use it very strategically. I really like the burst. If you're playing it solo mode, by the way, and you get the burst tile, it allows you to actually move forward. So that's how solo mode works. Is you have to keep playing tiles, and you're trying to you're kind of like trying to make it so there's nowhere to play lava. Because every time there's a burst, you get to move forward and closer to the finish line. But if you have nowhere to place tiles, then your lava tile counts as a burst tile. So it helps you move forward. So it ends up kind of becoming like this puzzle that you're building for yourself. And you're also trying to dodge it at the same time. Honestly, solo mode is really, really, really fun, and that's what we probably will play today if I have time. I don't know if I will though. We'll see. Okay. There's our T-Rex coming together. We'll do one more round and then I'll show you another tile. If this is annoying, by the way, sorry. Let me know, but also sorry. Hope I'm not being boring. I just really like lava and I want to talk about it a bunch. Hey, again, if this video gets enough likes, we are going to be doing a new Amigurumi pattern designed live. So go ahead and like this video down below and subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And if this video gets 100 likes today during the stream, we're going to be making a new pattern live on camera. If not, then that's fine too. That's totally a-okay regardless. I think it'd be fun down the line to make a mini version of Lava Run too, so that you can crochet a mini set and then have it to go. Okay, so there's our T-Rex coming together. It's actually looking pretty good. Pull that out. We'll come back to it in a second because we're going to add our eyes and our face next. But before we do that, let's look at another tile from Lava Run. Okay, so we got the lava tiles and the volcano tiles. Let's look at another one that's a little bit hostile, which is called the pit tile. So this tile actually can be played on any tile, even on top of another lava tile. And you want to use this in a few ways. The first way is you use this to kind of control the board a little bit where you want people to go. But you also can use it to stop big tiles. So let's say someone plays this burst and it really messes your team up. And you're like, oh no, this is going to cause so much chaos. Well, you can play a pit over it and it turns into a hole. And a pit can never be changed or removed from the board. So it'll always be there. Why did the camera just move like that? There we go. A pit will always be there, so it's a good defensive tile, but it's also great in offensive because you still can't stand in it, just like how you can't stand in a lava tile. Pits are also a clutch tile to have when you're playing it because your hand usually ends up being a lot of lava tiles by the end. So it's nice to have some alternative options so that you can get away with mud. All right, we're going to add eyes now. And we also want to add teeth, which means that we're going to need our white yarn from our kit. But let's start by adding our eyes. The eyes are going to go into round 5, stitches 4 and 14. Where is that exactly? Let's see. That's going to be 0. That's around the end of round 1, the end of round 2, the end of round 3, the end of round 4. So this is round 5. Stitch 1, 2, 3, and 4. So stitch 4 would be right there. Like that. Okay. And then stitch 14. 5, 6, 7, 8, 12, 13, 14 will be right there. So right in the corners of the mouth. I remember when I first designed these eyes. Actually, I think these are different kinds of eyes. Because I didn't take them from the kit. I took them from my little packet. Here, let me switch that eye out. I'm slowly getting like a weird collection of safety eyes, and honestly, I'm the only one that can tell the difference. But I can tell the difference, and it bugs me if I don't have it be the same one. There we go. We'll go ahead and lock these eyes in place. So, there's one eye, and there's our second eye. Right? He always looks so funny before I put the teeth on, though. So let's go ahead and give him tooths. We need to crochet the teeth, though. So we're going to use our white yarn for that. Did the music just get like really loud? No. Right? Did it? I don't know. We don't need very much white yarn for our teeth, so this little bit of white yarn is honestly way more than we need. So let's go ahead and make some teeth. And 1, 2, 3. Pull that tight. Move that guy over a little bit. I'll do this in the back. After I add the teeth, we'll talk about another tile, by the way. Boom. I always like to poke it so that it becomes really pointy. Now cut it. Okay. Let's do another one of those. Nice and quick. It's the only part of this pattern. Well, actually, no, I take it back. The spikes along the back are also sewn on. I was gonna say this is the only part that's really sewn on. It's kind of barely sewn on though. It's more like attached than it is sewn on. Okay. Do a chain here. And there's our second tooth. Here, we'll do some kind of fun thing for the future so that when we edit this video, and then we'll put this in our hands. Now I got 2. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and add this to our dino's face. I don't really... Yeah, we'll use our needle for this. We'll use it. Make our life a little bit easier. Bernat blanket yarn totally works too. Hey, we got 100 people watching right now. Hello, everybody. If you haven't yet, please like this video down below. We're trying to get to 100 likes to unlock a new pattern right now. So if you could like this video, all you need to do to like it on YouTube, by the way, is double tap the screen. Go ahead and pull that in. And we'll do this one right here. Ah. There we go. Double knot that the inside now. I feel like once I add the teeth on, it really sells what this is. It goes like, oh, I see, he's making a T-Rex. You know? I actually think I'm going to replace one of the backs here too. Okay. Yeah, this eye backing is like just falling right off. So let's use this one instead. Should have used the one from the kit. Oh, actually, that one's really tight. That's great. Okay. See, look at that tooth now. Doesn't that look great? I love it. Love it. Okay. Next mouth. Or next tooth. Alright. There we go. Oh, that's right. Wait, hold on. I need to end our vote here. Oh, the vote is tied. Okay, wait. I'll wait. I'll wait. Oh my gosh, it has 76 votes. I don't know if we've ever gotten that many votes on one. So go ahead and it is a tie vote at 76. That's crazy. I've never seen that happen on one of our streams. This one needs to go like right there somewhere. Right? Yeah, like right here in like the corner of the mouth. I actually think it's supposed to be higher up than that because this one goes right here. Yeah, it is. It's supposed to be like right there. Oh, it's because the eye is in the way. There we go. Yeah. Okay. And then one over would be right there. Nice. All right. Okay. I always like to pull this tight enough so that the knots get pulled on the inside. I think it just makes the tooth look a little bit nicer. See, I hate those knots on the inside. Just gotta make sure I don't accidentally tie it around the wrong yarn, you know? Okay. Pop that outside. And there's our teeth. We got 1 and 2. Looking pretty good. He always looks really goofy when you look at him from the front, but from the side he looks perfect. Cool. Okay, so we got our teeths. And let's now, before we get back to crocheting, here, I'll go ahead and end our poll. Oh, we chose yellow. I love it. Love it. And we'll do a new poll. There we go. New poll. Did you like this video yet? Yes or no, but I'm going to do it right now. All right, let's keep rocking and rolling. All right, the next one I wanted to talk about was... Well, you know what? We'll do another round first because we just got to where we need to change colors for... I think we did. Yes. Oh, round 10 is where we... Okay, never mind. We're good. Right? Round 10. Oh, no. Yeah, we need to change colors now. Okay. And you guys have chosen yellow for our color. So we'll use yellow from our kit. We won't need very much of this yellow, but put it out for a second. All right. Oh my gosh, we already almost have our like limit, which is we're going for 100 today. Okay, so in color A, we want 4 and then an arm. 1. And 4. And then we make our arm. I think I remember how to make the arms. I think it's chain that. Yeah. It's going to be funny that we made a T-Rex, the blacksmith, because he's not going to have... His arms are too tiny to hold the hammer. No, it'll be perfect, actually. I mean, the other dinos don't even have arms. 1, 2. Hold on. Okay, there's our second arm. Put a single here. And now we need our yellow yarn. Ready? Oh! Every time. That's just the sound it makes. Look how beautiful. Look at this. I just want to eat it. It looks so tasty. Okay. Change colors here. I think it's half colors that I want, though. Yeah, 4 half color changes. Love a half color change, though. Shoop, shoop. 1. 2. 3. And 1 more. 4. Okay. I'm just going to leave that yellow yarn there. We'll come back to it in the next round. And then after the 4, 2 and then an arm. Okay. 1, 2. Hello, Jimbo. Oh, Jimbo's getting comfy. That's great. Love that. Okay. Here's our next little arm. Tight. Do a slip stitch here. There we go. There's our next arm. They're so cute. All right. Chef Destiny is a beginner in crochet. Well, then you're in the right spot, Chef Destiny. I hope you're having a great day, and I hope we inspire you to crochet a dinosaur today. 1, 2, 3. We're on a roll of, if we get enough likes today, we're gonna do a new pattern, which might be really fun for a beginner to make. It's gonna be a really tiny pattern though, which honestly I think that makes it even more fun to crochet, but I don't know. Maybe I'm alone in that. Okay, so that's the last single crochet in that round there. Pull that out, and let's talk about another tile for my new game, Lava Run. If you didn't know, every round we're talking about a new tile for my board game that I just came out with. And we've talked about the lava tiles. Let's talk about one of the special tiles. Oh, actually, let's talk about it. Can I find a jump? Yeah. A jump. This is probably one of the best special tiles. So there's 4 special tiles in my game. And this is one of them. And what it does is it lets your character jump over lava. So there's going to be like times when you'll have just a bunch of lava, right? And here, let's grab a dinosaur to show you. And you're going to have to like move across the board. You're trying to get to the end of the board, but you'll be stuck with a river. Well, if you have a jump tile like this, it counts as an extra movement. Every turn you have to move once, but if you have a jump, you can place the jump down and go 1, 2. So you get an extra movement, and it helps you jump over lava tiles. Really, really great tile. What's great about the jump is you can use 2 of them at the same time, and you can jump 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3 spaces. Yes, 3 spaces total. So it can be really great if you have a bunch of these. So I always suggest for anybody playing Lava Run, don't use them, use them sparingly. You want to save your jumps because you're going to need them in a tough situation, you know what I mean? So that's the jump tile. Highly recommended. Great tile for Lava Run. Okay, now we're on to round 11, by the way, if you're crocheting along with me. Is anybody else crocheting a T-Rex right now, by the way? I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5 will be right here, and then we'll change to our yellow yarn for our belly. See, we need to change colors every time we get to the middle here to make, because we're making our belly in a different color. We're making a classic T-Rex right now, which is really fun, but we'll obviously be customizing it a bunch to make it more of a blacksmith. Okay. There's yellow. And then how many in yellow do I need to make? 5, okay. So we'll pull a purple to the side here. 1, 2, and see those half color changes from the last round? Do this, make it like really, really clean of a color change, by the way. So that's just some crochet theory for you. Try using half color changes. They make your stitches look really, really clean. If you want to learn more about half color changes, I have a video on my YouTube channel called, I think it's called Color Theory, or how to do color changes 2 for crochet. I don't know, something like that. Just look up, search color crochet on my channel and you'll find it. Alright, let's get this out of the way here. Gotta work around our hands. There we go. And I think this round is the one where I need to start increasing in the back. Because every round now, when we're getting closer to the tail here, you end up starting to increase it up. Yeah, we do increase once. You end up increasing it up to make it to make the tail built in. When I originally designed this pattern, the tail was separate. 2, 3. But like I enjoyed doing, I really like patterns where you don't need to sew anything together, or any opportunities I can to make it so that it's built in and I don't need to sew something together. So my second iteration of this pattern, I made it with the tail built in, so you didn't have to sew it together. I'm really proud of it. Okay, that's another round done. Let's look at another. Actually, you know, we can do two rounds. Let's do 2 rounds per tile now, because we're running out of tiles. Amber is making a baby brontosaurus in the chat. Chef Destiny made a flower. Chenille yarn suggestions. Good question. I actually don't have a good chenille yarn suggestion. I don't really crochet in chenille often, so any other ones from the chat, go ahead and give our friend here a shout out and let them know what kind of chenille yarn you use. And then we're doing 6 in yellow, I think, after that. Move that one over like this. Boom. And we'll pull the color over. You know what? I should be using our check marks. What's great about the patterns that I have here, especially if you're using the ones on the website, is you can use check marks to keep track of your progress, which in a pattern like this, especially when you're not using stitch markers, can be extremely useful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6 will be right there. And we'll change back over to purple. Boom. Look at that. There's our belly starting to come together. That's looking pretty good. The stitches are looking. I'm proud of my gauge right now. If you don't know, gauge is when you're crocheting, and it's kind of like the tightness of how tight you're crocheting, and how it makes it changes how big your crochet, your amigurumi is at the end, but it also helps with like stitch definition and how nice your stitches look and how like clear they look. I'm actually pretty proud of what I've got going on right now. All right, so then we got 6 and B, and then 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That can't be right. Wait, did I do this wrong? Oh no, I'm on the wrong round. Dum, dum, dum. 5. That's what I thought. Increase. Yes. Okay, I was right actually. I just was looking at the wrong round because I already checked off this round because I am the goofball. There we go. And that's going to be the end of round 12. And now you can see the tails really, see how it's starting to like give that shaping in the back. That's what we're doing with those increases. We're kind of adding a little bit to the back there, which looks really nice. Okay, T-Rex coming together. Let's talk about another tile from Lava Run. So like I said, there's a bunch of event tiles in the main game. The jump is really useful. Rock, even more useful. I would say this boulder tile here is One of the best tiles in the game. So in a similar situation here, where you have like a bunch of lava, right? And you got like a river of lava and you need to get over it. Well, there's a few things you can do. You can jump over it, like I said before, or where did our Triceratops go? Did I throw it back in? Yeah. Or instead of jumping over the lava, you can also play a rock on top of the lava, and now it's a bridge, and you can walk on the boulder. Super duper useful for getting out of a tough situation, especially if you're completely surrounded in lava. But also, you can choose to use it that way, or you can bonk another dinosaur's head. So let's grab another one real quick. And let's imagine we're in a race here. What you can do, instead of placing it on the lava as a bridge, you can play it on top of another character's head, and they have to skip their turn. So it can be used offensively or defensively, however you really want it. The one thing about rocks, though, is that, well, there are a couple things. One is you can't play them on top of a hole because, you know, it'll just fall down the hole. And you can replace a rock with a hole. So let's say this character places the rock down, and then this character places a hole over the rock so that they can't use it. So it gets really kind of complicated there, but it's really fun. And then it also goes away when you use our next tile, which we'll talk about in a few rounds. Super duper cool tile there, though. Highly recommend another one to just save if you can until the perfect time to use it. You can't put a rock on multiple dinosaurs' heads, by the way. You can only do it once in a row. So that is just one thing to keep in mind. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait. 4. Okay, 5 will be here. Oh, got our yellow yarn got all pulled out there. Let's see if I can fix that. There we go. I see ya. Get out of there. Fixed. Alright. Now we need our yellow yarn again. We're doing another round for our belly here. Okay. There we go. And our belly's actually almost done. Next round, I think the round after this is when we're making our legs, which is a stitch that I actually came up with just for this pattern so that you can make the legs built in. Another one where, you know, so that I didn't have to sew anything together. I could just make it so that the legs were just straight up attached. I think there's 6, right? 6 yellow? Yeah, and then 7 of the purple. Okay. Back over to our purple yarn here. And then I don't think we can just cut this. I'll come back to the yellow later. It does make it a little messy on the inside, but that's going to be all on the inside anyhow, so you're not going to see it. We'll put that to the side. Okay. We're kind of almost done with this. We only have like 3 more rounds to go of our main dinosaur, and then we can start customizing them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We want 7. And then 2 increases in a row, okay. 1, 2. Another one right here. 1 and 2. Nice. And then just 1 here. All right, there we go. That's going to be round 13. See our tail coming together? Looking nice. Hey, this music's fun. Love that purple. Me too, Chef. It's one of my faves. I love this. I love purple in general. It's one of my favorite colors. But also, look how vibrant it is. I'm really proud of this Club Crochet yarn. It looks as vibrant as it looks on screen right now, too. It's very vibrant yarn. Okie dokie, artichoke. Zoe said that their brother-in-law rage quit lava run because they kept getting bonked on the head. That's so funny. You should try co-op mode. That's what I found is some people can't hang with the versus mode. They don't like to fight. And so that's why I made a co-op mode so that you could work together. Or you could do teams. I think teams is also a really fun way to have like that alternate option. Amber needs to find some dino jokes. All right, thanks for joining, Sassy Stitch. Oh, is that... Oh, hi, nice. Okay, well, have a good night. All right. Okay, let's get back to this. Now we're at our leg, and the leg, I think I'm supposed to go 2 rounds up for the leg. Let me look here. There we go. Step 1. Oh, just 1 round up. Okay. Okay, that's what we're going to do then. 1 round up will be right there. And we are going to have to change colors at the end of this leg. The leg is crazy weird, though, to make. And this yellow yarn wants to be ornery. It's fighting us. Okay, let's try this again. Here we go. Leg. 1, 2, 2. 1, 2, 2. Okay, and then I do a foot or toe. This. And then I slip stitch here. It's really tough. But honestly, it's one of my favorite challenges is this T-Rex foot. Oh, there we go. Okay, so there's a little foot. And then we want another one of those. 1, 2. 1, 2. And then, oh, wait. Actually, let's undo that last one because we need to get around our yellow yarn for this end part. And 2, and then we'll chain. Okay, that. Okay, last part into the same stitch. If you want to learn about this, by the way, we did a whole tutorial for it in our last camp crochet, and then I think I pull through with purple actually. Yeah, I do. Right? Oh, no, I'm supposed to pull through with yellow. Hold on. Try that again. I gotta do this very carefully so we don't have to do it all over again. Yellow and there. Okay. Back in there, and then now we change to yellow. Pull through the yellow instead. Nice. Okay. Do a foot. Or, sorry, do the belly. We got 1. How many stitches? See, look how cool that looks. Doesn't that look awesome? It's like a little 2-toed little T-Rex. Isn't that awesome? And it's all made in like 1 stitch. I think that's so cool. Ah, I lost my yarn. Okay, so we got how many stitches between legs? 6. Okay. 2, 3. And then our second leg over here. Like this. I think this is going to be the last of our yellow for the belly. And then we can start to focus on a different part. Okay. And I probably didn't need to work around the yellow for that part. But whatever. Whatever, what's done is done. Okay. 1. Ooh, tough. 2. Yeah, definitely. I would say the T-Rex here is probably, well, maybe the most advanced of the dinos. Go. 2 more here. 1 and 2. And another toe. Like that. Oh, no, like that. Nice. Okay, 1 more. Boom, boom, boom. Nice. Okay. And then Now we can just do regular stitches after that. That toe looks, those feet look so good. Love it. Okay, let's keep going. Amber, dino joke time. Why did T-Rexes eat raw meat? Because their tiny arms couldn't reach the oven. I feel like I could have guessed that one. 1, 2, 3. How many stitches after the 7? And then an increase. 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, okay, we're good. Then this is an increase. And then 1, 2, 3 to finish this round up. Alright, we're almost done with the body of our T-Rex, which means we're going to be focusing next on making the apron and stuff. Alright. 2 and then some decreases. 1, 2, invisible decrease. Oh wait, no, sorry. Yes, invisible decrease 1. And then 1. 4 times, okay. Here's 1, here's 2. 3. And 4. That. Stopping early. Okay, how many stitches? Oh wait, we need one more single crochet after that. Right here. Okay, so we should have 20 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Nice. Alright, let's cut our yarn. I want a little bit longer. Nice. Alright, looking good. Looking very good. Okay, before I continue, and yeah, they raw me because they just didn't want veggies. I feel that so much. Let's look at another tile from Lava Run. So the last 2 tiles, if I can find them. There's 1. Hold on. The last 2 tiles are super rare, so they're kind of hard to find. Well, hold on. Oh, there it is. I see it. I see it. I see it. Ba ba ba. There we go. Okay, the last 2 tiles are super rare. These are called event tiles. And when you play these tiles, something big on the board happens. So the first one is this card. This is called the Earthquake tile. And when you play the Earthquake tile, it makes all the dinosaurs have to move. So it kind of like forces the game to like shake up. Ha! Oh my gosh. Wow. It's like I thought about that. So the first thing is when you play this tile is that every character has to move once, and they can't play any other tiles to save themselves. So it kind of ends up becoming a murder tile in that way. You play it, and it makes everybody move around, and it kind of forces people to go in places they don't want to go. But it also lets you move in extra space, because when you play it, you move once because of the earthquake, and then you move again for your turn. So it almost like acts like a jump. It's like it's a good way to get some extra space in your turn. It also crushes all the rocks, and if any other dinosaur is currently standing like this, so if you have a dinosaur that's standing on top of a boulder and the earthquake is played, well, let's say you're in a situation where you play the earthquake and the dino moves on top of a boulder. After everybody moves, the boulders break, and if you're standing on lava, you're out of the game. So that's why I mean it's like kind of like a murder tile in that regard. Earthquake, super clutch, but honestly, I always suggest to newbies, don't save the earthquake for a long time. It'll you only have 4 tiles that you can hold in your hand, which means that every time you're holding onto a tile, it's making it kind of like you're gonna have to play it eventually. So find a good spot to play it in and just play it. Try not to hold on to it for too long, or it might mess up your whole game. Okay, well, we'll get to our last tile from our classic game before we talk about dino tiles in a second. But first, let's stuff up our T-Rex and sew it closed and be done with our main T-Rex. I'm not going to add our spikes just yet, simply because I want to add an apron and stuff. So we're just going to start by stuffing them and sewing it closed. And then we'll add spikes on later, but I don't know exactly where they're going to go just yet because I don't know how the customizations of our dinosaur is going to look. So let's start by stuffing him. Mostly. Let's go ahead and we'll add our little threads too to help this out. And hey, again, if you haven't yet, you should like this video down below. If we get enough likes today, we're going to do a brand new Amigurumi pattern live on camera. And it's going to be pretty cool. It's going to be pretty cool. It looks like we only got 10 more likes to get there. So go ahead and like this video down below. Okay. Let's start sewing this closed. Yeah, we'll add a little bit more stuffing in a second. But let's start this process of sewing it closed, and then I'll add the others, the rest of the stuffing. Okay. Skip 11 stitches to start. 1, 2, 3, 10, 11, and go into this one. Like that. Like that. Ah, yes, I remember now. So you go like this. And you start to seam up the tail first. Oops. Okay, let's try that again. Go. Okay, last couple. Pull that a little tighter. And then when you get to the end here, you just turn around and do the same thing back. So it makes like our tail actually sewn together. And just like I said, you don't actually have to crochet a different tail and then sew it on. You can just sew everything closed, and it makes it a lot easier to crochet this. And if you work your way back in this way that I'm doing right now, it also kind of hides the seam on the bottom, so you can't even really tell that it was seamed together. Love this technique. I came up with this technique during my raptor pattern, which is another one of our dinosaurs, and it's extremely useful now. I actually think I should probably be using this technique for more things in the future too. Okay, we'll get it through here. And then we'll sew it closed in a second. Let's add a little bit more stuffing though first. And I think I'm going to also add some heavy coins on the bottom if I can find some. Just so that it helps it stand up a little bit better. That's something that I found with these crochet is that especially if I'm adding a bunch of customizations, it'll mess up like the equilibrium. Our patterns are designed to stand up on their own, but if you mess with like the center of mass, it can mess it up. And I don't know what we're gonna do for the top here, so it's probably gonna be safer than sorry to add just a couple of like nickels, or if I had little rocks, I would do that. There should be enough stuffing, by the way. Yeah, I think that's good on the stuffing route. Yeah, I think that's nice. All right, so we'll add just a couple of heavy nickels here. Do we have any heavy coins though? Where would I keep those? I put them somewhere the other day, and I was like, this is where these will go. Ah, right here. Right? No? Yes. Oh, no, wait. No. So music's kind of nice. All right, maybe we're gonna do. You know what we're gonna do instead of heavy nickels is we're gonna do some magnets, which actually kind of adds a little bit of fun stuff to it anyhow. So we're gonna take these little mini magnets here, and that way it'll be able to. You know what? This will be great because now my dad can put it on his anvil or something, and it'll stick there. So it's kind of a win-win. So we're gonna add these little. These are like super duper strong magnets. We're gonna add them right to the base before we sew it closed, and that way it will hide on the inside even better. There we go. And it'll keep, and it'll handle our weight problem as well. Go. Couple more stitches here. There we go. One more. Pull that nice and tight. Back into the center. And I'll just come out somewhere on the back. Nice. All right, so there is the main body of our T-Rex. Missing his spikes, but we're going to get there in a second. Now we can start customizing our T-Rex. What do you think, by the way? I think he's looking pretty good. We're definitely going to need name suggestions. So if you have a name idea, go ahead and put it in the chat, and we will we'll be naming our dinosaur at the end. We're going to vote on our name between 4 names. 1 second, I just realized the light's off. Let me turn my light on. Boop, there we go. All right. Okay, so we got our T-Rex made. Now we want to start customizing it. Let's start with he can carry everything with those hands, bruh. Everything. Hey, we only need 3 more likes to hit our goal. Okay. Let's start with an apron. And I actually have another baby dinosaur that I have made. It's an apron that we can work off of. So I made this one a while back, and I think this kind of apron is essentially what we want. But we need it to be gray. And someone said that they want it to be like a little bit splotched. So maybe we'll do gray. And then if we can, we'll get some lead from a pencil. Like shaved off a pencil, and then we'll kind of splotch it on it to make it look a little splotchy. That could be kind of cool. Yeah, okay. So we're just going to use this gray to make his an apron really quick. We're going to need... Gosh, how did I even make this one? Okay, so it looks like I ended it there, went down into there, and I used that tail end. And I went across. Okay. I think I get how to do that. Let's give it a shot. I'll explain what I'm doing as I go, by the way, if anybody happens to want to make this an apron for a T-Rex. So that, just in case they can rewatch this. We'll put them right here for right now, though. Okay, so we got, first off, I want a long tail end, because we're going to use this for sewing it on. And then, maybe I should add our spikes first. Because we're going to have to sew this on over spikes. Yeah, you know what? Let's change gears real quick. Let's finish the T-Rex up with our spikes first, and then we'll add our apron. Just because I'm realizing that I'm going to need to sew it on over the spikes, so it makes more sense to do it. Okay. For the spikes, then, if we're going to change gears... I don't think we need too many spikes also, because we want to keep the head... 3. We want to keep the head relatively empty, because I know we're going to add a hat of some type, whether that's the goggles or a welding helmet. So I basically say, when I say to do the spikes, I repeat it 4 to 5 times. So I think we're just going to repeat it 4 times. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that'll look good. How's your weekend, by the way? What are you guys doing this weekend? Any big plans tomorrow? I'm going to a baby shower. Actually, first time I'm ever going to a baby shower. I've never gone to one. I've been invited to a bunch of them, but I always figured I'm not a baby. I don't want to take a shower. But it turns out that's not what they are. Who would have known? No, I just, my friend's having their second kiddo. And yeah, Jules and I are going to go to a baby shower tomorrow. So that should be fun. Okay, so do we want the spikes? See, I'm thinking we probably don't want them that high up, right? We probably want them like lower down and keep a little bit of emptiness on the top of the head so that we can put our... Well, maybe we don't need to worry about it too much if we're going to do our... You know what? Why don't we vote on it? Why don't we vote real quick? Real quick vote on this. So end that poll. And the question is, do we want... what's the question? The question is, do we want goggles or a helmet? Oops. Goggles. Welder's helmet. That's what it is. Welder's helmet. How do you spell welder? Am I just... Is this the American... Oh, cool. I actually spelled it right. Cool. I was going to say, is this American education system coming at me? Not knowing how to spell welders. But I do know how to spell welders. So take that, Canada, with your good education system. Just kidding. We love you, Canada. You guys are amazing. Whoa! Someone's first time seeing snow this weekend. That's going to be fun. I've only seen snow a couple times, actually. I've seen snow a few times. I've only seen it snow, like, 3 times. I've only seen it snowing, like, 3 times, I think. Okay, cool. I think everybody's actually in agreement with me that it should be goggles. Or safety glasses. Yeah, that works, too. So we should do the spikes down the tail. Okay, so we're going to do one more spike then. It looks like that's the way the vote's going. Anyhow. And I actually kind of agree. And I think we can make a welder's helmet work regardless. But my worry was that if we did a welder's helmet, having spikes all the way to the top of the head might get in the way. But it looks like that's not going to be the case. So we'll do it as normal. 1... Or at least, I think I know a way that I can make it work without doing that. So we're going to go pull that all the way through. And then we're going to start sewing this onto the back of the head like that. We'll go from the top to the bottom. I'll start here. And then when I'm adding these on, I usually go 2 rounds like that. Over. 2 rounds up, and then I go around the in, and then 1, 2 rounds up. Wait, hold on, I want to hold this straight too. Yeah, like, and then 2 rounds up from that. Okay, cool. I know what I'm doing. Sorry, I just needed to make sure I was on track. To make sure that the spikes were getting sewn on straight. You know? No one wants crooked spikes on their T-Rex. Nobody. Touch. Nice. Into there. 1, 2 rounds up. That. Okay. Just make sure these spikes are looking good. Yeah, I think that's looking pretty good. And will this be actually the last one I need to go around? Yeah, because the next one gets just sewn straight in. Okay, cool. So we'll just pull this out to the side somewhere. That. Nice. That looks great. Okay. Last part. This one. 1, 2. Actually do 3 rounds up like that. Yeah, we'll go into there and then out to the side. Boom. Don't worry, we just gotta maneuver everything around. Okay. Double knotted. Nice. Okay. Sorry, I got really focused there when I was sewing stuff together. Whenever I sew things together, I like totally lock in, you know? Alright, so there's our spikes, and I would say that is the T-Rex technically finished. But now we get to customize it. Okay. How fun. All right, so we'll put this guy to the side, and now we can make our apron. So where'd that gray yarn go? It's on my shoulders. Hey, we hit the goal. There we go. Awesome. How much is Lava Run? Lava Run is $50 for the classic game. You get a discount if you have a membership, by the way. So if you are interested in getting a discount for the game, create a membership on the website. You can even create a free trial. Then you can get a discount. You get $5 off if you have a membership. And then, so it can be only $45. And then the expansion pack is $12.99. But if you buy it with the game, it's only $10. So that's it'll be $60 total, or I think $55 if you have the membership. And then if you get it with the kit, with the crochet kit, it's normally the kit is $35, but if you buy it with the game, it's only $30. So you get a discount on the kit also if you buy it with the game. So there's a lot of options for getting the game at a discounted rate. So there's your answer. Yeah. Oh, dude, Patricia, thank you so much. All right, so now we're making an apron here. And I'm going to start by chaining it however long I want the apron to be, which I think we want it to basically be as long as... It's funny because it's going to totally cover up our belly, but that's okay. We want to do it 1, 2, at least like 6, maybe 7 stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's try that. Yeah, I think 7 is right because we only want it to be 6 stitches. So if I chain 7, I think that'll look great. Okay, so we chain 7. Sorry, I just need to think about how this is going to work. Turn it around. I'm going to work single crochets all the way across. Should we make it a tall? Wait, hold on. Single crochets at top. Yeah. Or we could do half doubles across. Okay, I think I know how I'm going to do this. All right, so 7 chains. Skip the first chain, and we're going to just do Actually, 8 chains. We're going to chain 8. Chain 8. Skip 2 chains. Working in the back loops. We're going to half double crochet 6 across. And the reason we're doing half double crochets here instead of single crochets is because I want the texture to be slightly different than the body of our T-Rex. So that way it doesn't look like it's actually part of his body. That's kind of my goal here with why we're using half double crochets instead of single crochets. That's the idea, at least. I agree. $50 is a crazy good price, especially for how big it is. I gotta say, I probably should have charged more for Lava Run based on how much it costs and stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, eventually it probably will go up in cost because things are getting more and more expensive. But for now, it's $50, and I'm gonna keep it that way as long as I can. I do have a decent amount of the game, but I don't have like, you know, an infinite amount of Lava Runs. So if you want it, I would suggest buying it while you can. It also makes a really, really good Christmas gift for pretty much anybody. So if you wanted to give it to someone for Christmas, I think that's a really good idea. Okay, so there's our first part. I also worked around our tail there to just kind of keep it locked in. So it's going to go like that. And I think what I'm going to do here on this next round is I'm going to slip. I kind of want to slip stitch one, and I want to do just 4 singles. No, maybe I'll do like 1, 2. Or we can have this backwards like that. Actually, that looks kind of good. Yeah, that might look better. Because what I'm basically trying to do with this, by the way, is I'm trying to make it look like it's got a pocket, so that I can put like little tools in it. That's my goal. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then decrease 1 for 4. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So in this next round, we're gonna turn our piece. I'm not gonna work around this tail end, by the way, as I go. I'm gonna turn my piece. We're gonna skip. Actually, we'll decrease in the first. We're going to work in the back loops only, and I'm going to do a single crochet 2 together for the first stitch, like that. So 1 single crochet 2 together, and then I'm going to do a 2 single crochets as normal, 1 and 2, and then another single crochet 2 together in this last one right here, like that. So that way it kind of like shrinks it down, you know? So that I'm kind of trying to make it like more of a triangle is the goal. I think that's pretty good. And then we will do one more part here. Oh, Dustin, dude, thank you so much. Dustin, you rock. We got a super chat. Thank you very much, Dustin. Let's add a dinosaur for you, Dustin. So we got this one in the background. It's kind of like way off in the background for my dad. He's this cool like 3D like plesiosaur with a cool mullet. Big shout out back in the day when we made this. We got a big shout out to Zoe, who's in the chat, who helped us give this mullet its shape. She is a mullet expert. Let's add something to the background for Dustin though. We got ooh, I gotta go. Hold on. I found the helmet. Where's the main body for this guy? Here you go. Dustin, this one's for you. Here is our T-Rex. This one's name is T-Bone, the T-Rex. And see, he's only got 3 spikes on the back, and he's got a golden tooth. But the reason he's only got 3 spikes is because I also made him this sick helmet made out of a Carnotaurus skull, which is another type of like T-Rex-like dinosaur. That. And it goes on his head, so now he looks really scary. Which is perfect, because they have special abilities for each dinosaur. You know what? Let's talk about that before I continue on. So first off, look at how cool T-Bone looks. He looks awesome. We'll go ahead and throw him in the background for a little bit to say thank you so much to Dustin. Super duper appreciate you, Dustin. You rock. Okay, let me show you a few cool things about this game. Oh wait, we have one more tile that I needed to talk about. Okay, in Lava Run, the last big special event tile for the main game is the infamous asteroid That's right. There's an asteroid in this game. If an asteroid hits, a few things happens. The first thing is that it gets rid of any lava on the board in the 4 squares that it hits. So if there's like a bunch of space here like this. Wait. Let me get one more lava. This. So if you got it like this on the board is a big grid, by the way. And if you have a big grid like this, you play an asteroid in the corner of a grid like that. And anything in those 4 squares gets removed from the board. And if there's a dinosaur in those 4 squares, so it's like this, and we have our dinosaur right here, and that's where the asteroid hits, then the dinosaur gets sent all the way back to the start of the map. It still has to go into like a safe spot, but it totally is devastating. I have won, actually, many times, even though I got asteroided. So you can get hit by the asteroid and you can still win the game. It's not a oh my gosh, I lose the game. But it is very clutch. And yeah, asteroid. There's only one of them. Only one in the whole game. Only one. Oh my gosh, 2 more. What? Wow, we got a super chat train going on here. Thank you guys so much. Okay, cool. Kaylin made a very specific request, which I really appreciate, Kaylin, because I would love to show you this one. Oh my gosh, they're my favorite. Where are they? Here it is. Probably one of the best custom dinosaurs for Kaylin. Thank you for the support, Kaylin. Librarian Brontosaurus. Oh, look how cute they are. They're so stinking cute. I actually put this, so there were custom dinosaurs made for the game, for anybody that supported the game, and I actually made this for someone, but no one requested it, or the person that got it wanted something different, so I get to keep the librarian, which I'm very excited about. I really like this. It's a Bibliosaurus is what we called it, a Bibliosaurus. Super duper cool. Honestly, 10 out of 10. Highly recommend making yourself a librarian Brontosaurus if you can. And thank you for the request, Kaylin. That means a lot, actually, to me, because it just means a lot that anybody even remembers my dinosaurs in general, but also that you chose like one of my faves. That's awesome. And then we'll put them here, even though their head is like out of the camera. But you'll know he's there. You'll know he's there, Kaylin. And then Venus, thank you so much for the support. Let's add another one to the background for you, Venus. Let's see. Another custom dino. Let's see. Oh, we've seen so many of these already, though. Let's do this one. This is a very special custom dinosaur for you, Venus. Our sheriff. This here's a sheriff of our town of dinosaurs. Sheriff Raptor. Look at his he's got a little star and everything. Doesn't he look cute? I actually don't know if Sheriff Raptor has a name. So Venus, if you have a name suggestion, go ahead and give us it. Or if anybody has a good like punny name that connects sheriff and raptor, or like velociraptor or dinosaur, I don't know, something fun that could use a sheriff or a cowboy sheriff, because he's kind of like a cowboy sheriff. Anyhow, Venus, thank you for your support. We'll go ahead and add our sheriff right here to that background too, as we continue crocheting our apron for a dinosaur. Thank you for all the support, you guys. That really means a lot to me. I really appreciate that. Thank you. You guys have made my day. We haven't been getting a lot of super chats recently, so that means a lot. Thank you. Okay, so next up we are finishing up our apron here. I just need to go 1 round higher, and I'm just gonna chain 1 and single crochet across, by the way. And I'm not working into the back loops. I'm working into both loops for this round, because I actually don't want it to give it another pocket. So like that. Okay. And see, that way the pocket will still be out. And then I think that's going to be big enough. I think that's good for the size of our apron. There. And I also don't think we need to... Yeah, I think that's it. Okay, cool. So let's go ahead and get this apron attached. We'll add some like dirt and dust to it later for our final touches, but to finish up the apron, we're going to chain 1 just to make a little end. And then I'm going to have a long end here and cut it. I'm going to pull it all the way out. Okay. That. And now let's get this attached onto our brontosaurus here. Amber's got a joke. Amber's joke is, hold on, Amber, let me scroll back. Amber, oh, what do you call a dino that never gives up? A triceratops. Amber, you're a little comedian. We got a comedian in the chat. Okay. We're going to put this, and this part's going to go all the way across like that. I think all the way across like that, and then back into this stitch. Come out of down here. We're going to come into the top right there. Come down, and then out of there, and then go across. And then with this other end, we're going to also come across to the back under this spike. And then we're going to double knot these two ends to keep this on. And then that way we'll have this to work with to also put our extra tools in there. Actually, maybe, can we go up? Is that too high? Is that too high for our apron? Yeah, I think we need to go down to this spike, like that. Okay, so I don't actually think I need to go, I was going to try to go like around a stitch here, but I think I can just go straight up back into our piece like this. Raptor Ray, I like it. I like it, Venus. Raptor Ray. Sheriff Ray's in town. You better watch your booty, baby. Because I'm gonna bite it. Hey, that's a raptor. I mean, what are you gonna do? Raptor's gonna bite. This town ain't big enough for the two of us. So I would like it if you left. There we go. 1, 2, and then we'll just, actually I'll go down up one more stitch here. Because I want it to come out basically where the other end is coming out, which is kind of like right here on the edge. Whoa, we got a helicopter. Can you hear it? It's very loud. Man, we get so many helicopters near our new house. It's crazy. All right. They're coming for me. Okay, so there is the top of our apron. Right? And then this bottom part. Here, let's try to get it better into a better position there. Like that, maybe. This bottom part, we're going to have this end and this end come through. We're going to go all the way across under the butt, or under the last spike here. We're going to go into these two stitches like that. Actually, let's go this stitch and then out of that stitch. So it goes like this. And then with this other tail end, we're going to go across into the stitch we came out of and out of the other stitch. And then that way we have two ends to double knot together. And then everything should stay attached because, yeah. Might be hard to make an anvil. I don't really know how I'm going to make an anvil, but we'll figure it out. Okay. So there's our apron. Actually pretty good. I think it's pretty good, especially once we add goggles and stuff. I think it'll start to sell what we're making. Okay. So the next thing we want to make, let's go ahead and double knot this real quick. 1 and 2. We still definitely need to make goggles. I think, right? What do we vote on? Goggles or a helmet? Oh, it looks like we're voting on goggles. Cool. Before we even make that, though, let's give them a tool. Or maybe we should save the tools. I don't know. It looks really good, though, right? I think that apron actually looks pretty good. Okay, so we're going to need to put goggles on the head there. We're also going to need to put tools on this. So we're going to need black yarn for the tools. Cool, I got my black yarn here. Let me get an example for how I'm thinking we could do the goggles. I'm kind of nervous about doing them this way, but let me go You know what? I don't think it'll look right. Well, I gotta show you anyhow. I'll be literally 2 seconds. While I'm gone, just everybody put in the chat your favorite. Let's just go with your favorite emoji in general. Everybody post your favorite emoji. I'll be right back. Okay, this is something I made for Jules a while back. Jules had a character called she had a character in D&D. I can't remember what his name was. He's a gnome and he was a detective. Lyndon Go Lightly, I think that was his name. And so I made Lyndon Go Lightly, which is this cute little gnome here. But what you can see is this is what I'm kind of thinking for goggles. So basically how I did this is it's a wire wrapped around something twice, and then I put hot glue in it. And it worked pretty well. This is kind of extra though. That's what I'm thinking is like, maybe we shouldn't do that because maybe it's a little too extra. And we're already kind of cutting it close. Oh my gosh, yes, someone should make a turkey pterodactyl. That's a great idea. If I don't do that sooner. So that's what I'm kind of thinking. Or we can crochet it, which would probably be a lot easier. I don't know. Did we get too extra in this video? We do got a lot of people watching and a lot of likes right now. I feel like that deserves some extraness. How am I going to glue it where it doesn't come apart though? We're gonna need to do it on something plastic. Yeah, I noticed it. Well, I noticed it at the very end there. Oh my gosh, Cooper, that's one of my favorite emojis too. The nail emoji, I love that emoji. Okay, let's see. We would need, in order to make that, we would need the following things. First we'd need wire. I do have somewhere, but I don't know where. And then we need hot glue, which I do know where that is. But I actually don't know where my wire is right now. Oh, there it is. Hey, look at that. Okay, so we would need this wire. And then we're going to need hot glue. And a hot glue gun. Which, do I have hot glue? I actually don't know if I have any hot glue. I think it's in a different pocket. This pocket maybe? Aha! Okay. Right. Okay, we got our hot glue gun. Next we're gonna need something to glue it onto. So that we know that it'll come off of. I think I could probably get it off of this plastic. I think I can. So if we glue it to this, I'm thinking it'll be fine. And then we need something to put down so we don't accidentally glue our board too. So we're gonna need some paper for that. Okay, so here's our paper. Okay, so we got paper down, plastic down, hot glue gun to get ready. But oh, you know what? Actually, before we even do any of that, let's make the part of the goggles that we're gonna glue, which we're gonna need the wire for, and I'm gonna need my pliers for that, which are right here. Okay. And we're going to need something to round it with. Yeah. This should be big enough for our goggles. Okay. Right. Cut that. Hopefully this is long enough for our goggles. Now I gotta think here, because we want to make the goggles so it's like round, and then in to the body. I guess I can make it basically how I make my glasses. Yeah, let's just do it that way. That'll make our life a lot easier. Someone asked, what is the new mini gonna be? We're gonna make this later on in the stream, once we're done with our T-Rex, which honestly we're actually almost done with our T-Rex. We just need to give him goggles and a couple of tools. Okay, so first off, this. We'll do like that, and we're gonna round it out 1 and 2. Ugh. Like this. Maybe even 3. Maybe we should like thicken these goggles up. That. Okay. Okay, so there's like basically a little spring. Spring has sprung. And then if you go like this, maybe. I'm making this up as I go, if you can't tell. Yeah, that's pretty good. Go ahead and get it back in there to round it back out. Okay, and see, this part's gonna go into the body. I hope this works. If it doesn't, it doesn't though. We can crochet it or do something different. And then we want, however long we want these to be. Maybe like right there. Mine ended up looking more like glasses than goggles, but you know, we're gonna do our best. And then we're gonna go around this end. That. 1, 2. There's 3. We'll unwind it a little bit. That. Nice. And then let's go around this a couple of times. Whew, it's hurting my hand. That's alright though. Like that. Alright, now we can tighten everything up. That. This up. Catch that closed a little bit better. And then we'll just cut these. Okay. We might end up wanting to do something to like tie these onto the head too. So maybe we'll do something fancy when it comes to that too. Okay, so then we basically got the shaping of our goggles pretty good there, I think. I also don't need these ends this long, so we're gonna go ahead and cut these. This is aluminium wire, or aluminum for my fellow Americans. Okay, now we need our hot glue situation. So we're gonna put this down. Like that. Somehow my phone is dying, even though I thought I had it charging, but I didn't. 1 second. No, I'm sure it's this way. There we go. Okay, hopefully it's charging now. All right, let's get this hot glue gun plugged in. We do not need a lot of hot glue though. But what we're going to do is once this is heated up, we're just going to put the hot glue straight into the glasses spots. We're going to hope it comes off of this. I think we should test that out first. It might be better to do some kind of like cellophane or like a clear plastic maybe. I don't know. We'll test it out. I can try it on top of this too. That might be even better, like that. That's okay. We'll see. We'll see what happens. This is fun, right? Hey, we're having fun. We're having fun here. We're making something weird. Is this hot yet? No. It says, caution, don't touch. I'm like, I want to touch it though. But I want to touch it though. It's hot glue and I want to touch it though. I often do not like using hot glue in my stuff, but sometimes I do, you know? Rarely, but sometimes I really like to. Hey, while that's happening, let's talk about another piece in my game Lava Run. My new board game where you can help a dinosaur escape a volcano. These here are the dino tiles. Every dinosaur in Lava Run actually has their own ability. So it adds an extra layer of like complexity to the game. You don't have to play with these dino tiles, but it does make it really juicy. And it's great for if you've already played a few times and you're like, I'm kind of bored, I want to make it a little bit more interesting. Add the dino tiles in. So let's talk about some different dinos' abilities. And let's start with our T-Rex. Our T-Rex has a very special ability. Honestly, kind of one of my faves. Here it is. The T-Rex has Intimidate. If you play this tile, so this is always in your hand when you're playing Lava Run. It's your 4 main tiles and then plus your dino tile. If you play this as one of your 2 tiles, any dinosaur next to your T-Rex can't move on their turn, but still has to play lava tiles. So it makes it so that they can't go anywhere. They're like too scared to move. Super fun tile. Really, it's honestly, it's kind of like a very special use case. It's difficult to get into position where you can use it right, but it does work really well when it works. Okay, let's see if this hot glue will come off of this plastic easy. So if I go like this, add a little globule like that, will it come off of this easy is the question on our minds right now. I kind of think it's not gonna, but let's find out. We'll wait for it to dry a little bit more. Let's see. Oops. Definitely not dry enough. We got to be way more patient when we make this, when we do our final version of this. I think we might want a plastic that's maybe a little easier for me to like bend, so I can like pop it off really well. You know? Or wait for the plastic to get really gooey and then... I don't think this is going to pop off of this. Well, it does kind of come off. No, it doesn't come off as easy as I want it to. Okay, what could do that then? Something like a wrapper. Maybe a wrapper of something? Or like, oh, what about the plastic on the back of this? Yeah, that could maybe work. Let's try it. Yes, the Dino tiles definitely come with the game, not extra. Yeah, everything I was talking about all comes with the game. Okay. Let's see if this stuff works. Honestly, if this stuff doesn't work, it's kind of not the end of the world because we can cut this into shape too. So these could work as our goggles also. So let's try hot glue on this plastic first, like this. You know? Let's see if that works. We'll let that dry a little bit. To make a little, like kind of like a little glass bead. Actually, it might be good at too if this does work, to do a second one on the back. And then that way it'll be like really flat on both sides. That would be really smart to do. So let's see if this dries. It should just take a second to dry. I actually might cut off more of this over here too. Just because if this does work, we're going to need more. Okay. Let's see. Is it dry? Let's poke it. No, definitely not dry. This might take a second to dry out really well. We can wait for a second. We can wait a second longer. We also are going to need to make a hammer, I think, right? A hammer and a, maybe like tongs, which actually we can just use wire to make the tongs. But the hammer, I'm thinking it would be fun to do a crocheted little circle kind of thing and then put it on a stick. I think that might be good for the hammer part, at least. Let's see if we got a dry globule yet. Almost. It's tacky. It is tacky, though. Okay. We'll wait a little longer. Okay. Our glue is oozing. We got oozy gluey. Gluey's loops. Wow. Okay, let's see if this worked. It's dry enough. Hey. Nice. It totally came off. Okay, we have a solution. We totally have a solution. That totally worked. Okay, cool. Let's get the rest of this glue off, and that way we can reuse this one. It's not like perfect, but it definitely worked. Or she needs the back of it. Okay, here we go. Game time, team. We put the glasses there. Ah. And we take our hot glue gun. And we go, hold this down, and we're just gonna fill it. We do not want to be stingy with the amount of hot glue we want to use here because it's basically goggles, so there. And then let's see if we can do it on this one as well. I wish we could I don't want to mess with it very much, but I do want to get those bubbles out. I just don't think I can. So I think it's going to have bubbles, unfortunately. Okay. There's our goggles. Now we're just going to wait very patiently for that to dry. I'm going to unplug our hot glue gun because we do not need more hot glue, making more of a problem there. And I actually don't think we need to do it on the other side as well. I was gonna do put plastic on the other side to keep the bottom part flat too, but I actually think that will work just fine and look pretty freaking awesome. Yeah. Maybe it would have been smart to make these a specific color, but you know, what are you gonna do? We could, but what I'm thinking is we could feasibly cut the plastic off in the circle. It might be really difficult. So I think maybe we'll try to just keep the game plan that we currently have for now. I'm moving it way too much. Yeah, no more tilting it because it's starting to ooze down. Okay, we just need to be patient for that. And in the meantime, we can work on some of the tools that we need. I actually don't think we... Yeah, well, I'm just going to put this off to the side a little bit. I'm glad that, well, hopefully will work. Let's find out. Okay, hot glue gun, we will put that back here. Nice and safe. And then we'll move this over a little bit. Like that. And we're going to wait for that to dry off. I guess we don't really need it on the paper anymore, so move it here. and get the paper out of the way. And let's move on to making our tools for our character. And what we need for that is we're going to need some wood. We're going to need some, like a stick. Not like a stick, like a, you know, like a, what is it called? Like a stick. What's the word I'm looking for, chat? 1 second, I'm gonna go grab one. I know where they're at. One of these. One of these thingies. One of these thingies. What are these called? Sticks. Steak. Steak? Stick? Steak. A steak. Alright. Let's, what do we need for this? I wanted to do black yarn. And I'm going to just basically crochet a little tiny cylinder. Like, I'm looking like this big. I want it pretty tiny here. Hey, Dad. Look, we made these cool goggles. They're drying right now, but the idea was that these would be our like welding goggles that are going to go on top of our dino's head. See, so what I did was I bent these into circles and then I used hot glue to make the lenses. And here's what we got so far, by the way, for our dinosaur. It's got his little apron. I'm going to do some tools here, and we're currently going to make a hammer while we're waiting for this to fully dry and hope it'll peel off of that. I think it will. We tested it out and it did work, but you know, who knows? Maybe I did the test wrong. Dowels, little dowels. Okay, so I'm gonna go 6. You know what? We're gonna do this in the round instead. I was gonna do this like flat, but I think it'll look better if it's like a mallet more than like a hammer, you know? So we'll go 1, 2, 3. Do we need more than 4? 4. I think 4 is good. We don't need it to be that big. Yeah, we'll do 4. Pull that tight there. And then we'll slip stitch here. Yeah, and we gave your T-Rex, we also did magnets in the base of the T-Rex so that they can go into your workshop. 3, 4, technically we have 5. We can make 5 work, right? Or should we do 4? Nah, we'll do 4. We'll stick to our original plan here. Yeah, I put magnets in the base of our T-Rex also. Is this making this wiggle? No, it's not. Okay. Okay, 1, 2. Making an ultra tiny hammer, and then I'm just gonna put the wooden stake into the hammer that we're making. 1, 2, 3, and then 4 is gonna be right here. How long do we want the end of our hammer to be? I think probably one more, at least one more round. Maybe 2, so that it looks more like a hammer. Yeah, we'll keep it like this. Ah! There we go. So 1, 2. Dad, we need names for this T-Rex. Do you have any suggestions? By the way, if you are just tuning in, my dad is watching right now. Also, where are you right now? How are you doing? How come the apron's not splotched? Don't worry, that's our last touch, bruh. We're gonna splotch it at the end. Yeah, we're gonna. I saw ya. We're gonna splotch it up. Yeah, I'm gonna use some like, I think I'm gonna use pencil and try to scrape off some lead, or I'm gonna go into the, I might actually go into my fireplace and get some like charcoal. Maybe. That might be a little extra because that gets really messy really fast, and it might be more fun to craft it. Yeah, let's do. We'll do. This is our last round for our itty bitty hammer. 2. 3. And then, yeah, one last stitch here. Go 4. And then we're just going to sew this closed. And then that's going to be our hammer. We'll have the top coming out of the hammer too. Okay, that'll work. And then for the other tools, we'll use a we'll use the wire, I think, for the other tools. What other tools do we need? Oof, I don't know. What are some blacksmithing tools? We're looking for like cliche blacksmithing tools too, not just like, you know, niche ones. I'm looking for like, you know, they use a hammer, they use maybe like a little, I don't know. I know they use little pincher things. Alright, so this part, we're just going to sew these stitches closed. I'm going to work with the back loops so that hopefully I can keep the front loops out and more pronounced, so it looks more like the edge of a hammer. So that's my goal. Put that tight, go in, and then out pretty much anywhere. Put that nice and tight. And then we've got just this little tiny cylinder, which definitely was the goal. Okay, look at that. That looks pretty good. We're looking to make like a little mallet, and I think that looks pretty good. Cut that nice and close. And then with our stake here, we could add yarn around this, but I actually think it might be just easier to just jab it straight into it. Like this. Go all the way to the top. Like that. Kind of straighten out that cylinder, but you know, like that, and then we'll just cut it. We'll just cut it like this long. And whenever I cut these, I always like twist like this and cut. It helps to not mess up your scissors too much, but it does kind of mess with your scissors. So, all right, there's our mallet, and we can put that right into our side right here, I think, you know. So now he's got a mallet like that, or we put it into his hand. And then we need pliers, or you know, like thingy. Oh, and let's try these glasses out now. I think they're dry enough. It's still a little warm, a little sticky, but it's not that bad. Let's see if I can get this off. Uh-oh. It's really on there. Hold on. Oh gosh. I think I maybe should have peeled this off sooner before like it bonded together. There we go. It's coming. Oof. Okay. There's one. There we go. Nice. Actually, kind of awesome. Kind of awesome looking. They're foggy, which is kind of perfect for what we're looking for. And then we're going to just put these... Actually, I think I'm just going to put them straight up in the head. We could do some yarn around the edge here. Maybe even put it into the thing with a needle. And then we could wrap it around it so that it looks like it's tied. They're like more tied onto the head. I don't know. Let's just get it. Let's just jam it into the top of his head though right now and see how that looks. One there and maybe like one here. I might move that around. It's looking like something. Just realized these two ends are going in kind of two different directions, which was an oopsie. That. Hey, you know what? Actually, I kind of like it. I kind of like it. What do you think? Does it look like goggles? I don't know if it looks like goggles or not. What do you guys think? Maybe it needs to go a little higher up on the head. Like up to here or something. That might be a little bit better. And maybe also if I can bend them inwards a little bit. Yeah, like that. Maybe it'll look more like they're on top of the head. Right? I think it looks pretty good, actually. I don't know. Cooper loves the goggles. Great. Oh, we love the goggles. Great. I'm so happy. I'm so happy you guys are saying that. Okay. I think all we need left is tongs. And I mean, an anvil would be great, but it's already 5:30 and we do want to make a custom pattern today. So let's go with tongs. And we're going to, I think I'm just going to use my wire again for the tongs. Oh, we'll name him Anvil. I like that. I love that. Or Smitty. Oh my god, those are both really good names, Amber. Really good names. Smitty and Anvil are like kind of perfect names. Okay, how are we going to do this? We need, first we need our pliers. I think I can just go, how am I going to do this right? I need to think about how I'm going to bend these. Tong tong ta tong tong tongs. Let me look up a picture of tongs. Might help me. Blacksmith tongs. Ah, yes. Okay, so it's kind of like a yeah, that's right. I've seen my dad use these before. Okay, they're like okay. How am I gonna do that? Seriously, how am I gonna do this? Maybe if I go around a little. I don't know how to do this. You're finally catching Lou confused. I think if I make it like a rounded circle here, and I make two pieces, we can actually make tongs that open and close. That's the idea, Jimbo. And then we flatten one end. And we keep the other end rounded, maybe. In fact, we can roll it on itself. Okay, let's do it like this. We're going to roll this end over. Probably going to do this twice. So we're going to remember what we're doing. We're going to roll it over like that. And then I'm going to bend it and twist it like this. And the idea here is this will be like the handle part. Okay. I don't know if this is going to work. But that part over itself. We're going to make some messy pliers here. It's kind of cool. We're actually metalworking. Look at us. Okay, so this is, the idea here is that this is going to be one of the two handles. Right? Right? Yeah. And then we're going to have a thing that goes into them, like this. like that. Well, maybe we'll make a little rounded part here, and then we're going to go out, and then we're going to make a flattened end on it too. So we'll go this part around the dowel thingy, like that. Okay, so that's where our end is, where we can like open and close it like that. And then this end here, we want to go out, in, out, and then make it flat at the very end of it like that. This, and then we twist this part, this, oh man, this is gonna be a mess. No, maybe it won't. I don't know. I think it's too big, probably, for what we're looking for, but it will. I think it will work. And then if we flatten that part out like that. I need a lighter to heat this up, really get into the welding or into the blacksmith vibe. Okay, let's get that back out. Maybe. Ah! Okay, and then if I just cut it here like this. My dad has a suggestion in the chat, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to understand his idea, to be honest. But we'll look in a second. Okay. So that hole is where our end part's going to go. Oh boy, this is going to look like a mess. We're going to definitely have to redo this. Or do a different option. But the idea here is, like, if we have two of these, we do another one of those, and we do it on the inside there, then it'll open and close. It might be a little long, though. Yeah, it probably is going to be a little long. Okay, what does my dad say? Take the wire, bend it in half, twist the loop closed with 2 or 3 twists tight, and then cut the end of a loop. That's the end of the tongs. The other side would be the handles. I don't understand what you mean. Like, to be honest, I don't get it. But I don't hate this, though. I see the... You see the shape? I feel like you see the shape, right? So it's like that. And then if we do another one of these... Let's try it. Let's try it. Where's my wire go? All right. Give this video a like for this extra effort that we're doing here, if you haven't already. All right, so the first part is making the handle part. We just flip this over on itself, right? Like that. And we crunch that together. I wish I had 2 pliers here. Oh man, actually it probably looked better if I didn't even twist it. You know? If I just made it like that. Actually, that would look a lot better. It was a lot easier too. And then we do this part around this. Like this. Yeah, maybe we'll do it this way instead. Okay. So then we just have like our handle. Right? And then this part, we just do the same thing. We do a bend, and then we bend it in the position that we want it to be in. So we cut it here, or actually let's bend it on itself first, and then cut it. Okay. Like that. Twist it. Okay, I need it to twist though. I need a second pair of pliers. this way to hold it in place. Nice. There we go. Cool. Okay. And then we cut this one like that. And then bend it back in position. Okay, there we go. That's what we actually want to make. We want to make 2 of these. Almost looks like a little staple. And then what we can do is, once we have 2 of them, we'll put the skewer into the bit like this, and then we'll bend these into our positions that we really want them to be, and then it'll be able to open and close. Okay. So let's do it again. So I think this will be a long enough end. Start with our end. So we got doom to there. Bend this over on itself like this. Flatten that. Like that. Nice, okay. Skewer here to make the loop. Like that. Maybe it's a little tight of a skewer, but that's okay. Okay, and then we're going to do this part equal distance of this one. See, so it'll be like this. Oh, I probably should have done this back. Something just fell. That's okay though. Probably should have done this backwards. That's okay. Right here. Bend that in on itself. This. Cut it. Let's bend it back out a little bit. Cut it. Like that. Okay. I wonder if this is going to work. Let's get our skewer back into position. Okay, let's try it. So these 2 are going to go like this. Look at that. That's going to work. It's going to work. We'll use a new one. New skewer. In here, like this. We'll really twist it to get that in there all the way. Ow! I'm okay. Ugh. Go! Go, 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 go. It's okay that it's actually a tight... Is it okay? It's okay. I can feel it moving barely though. Whatever, that's on far enough. And then this end like this. We're gonna have to tighten this one to match it. But look, see? And then it'll open, it should open and close, I think. Yeah, there we go. And I tightened it so that it doesn't, just a little bit better. Here, I'll cut this a little bit right now. Like that. And we want it to be like opened like this, right? Maybe have them like out. Ow. I gotta stop poking my hands. And then we bend these into position like up, up, and then flattened at the end, which is the kind of position it is. And this one up, whoop, wait, up, over, in, and then back out like that. Okay, there we go. Okay, and then if we hold these closed, oh shoot, I actually did cut myself somewhere. I got blood on me. No. Wouldn't be making a blacksmith if we didn't have an injury. Okay. And then what we really need is we need this to like stay in position if we can. Oh, wait, I actually did that the wrong way around. Shoot. Oh, that's where we got our cut. Literally blood, sweat. No tears yet, though. Anybody want to make them cry? Here we go. Okay, so you open it like that, and you close it like that. Is this too extra? Yes. Did we do it anyhow? Yes, we definitely did. Okay. The last thing I think I want to do then is somehow connect these two together better. Like, if I can. Tighten them around the skewer a little bit too would be nice. There we go. Nice. Okay. Keep these together and hold this apart. And then you just grab it like that. Okay. There we go. Good enough. Let's cut it. Ooh! I probably should put a little dab of hot glue or something on the end of it. But I'm not gonna. It's gonna come apart. It's gonna fall apart this way then. But you know what? It's not too bad. Hey, look, I've done better, but not much. All right. Here we go. Wait. Here we go. We'll grab these with it. Whoop. Nope. Here, we'll grab this. Hold on. Okay, wait. Here we go. No. It's like learning how to use chopsticks. Oh. Oh. Nope. Oh man, I broke it. Alright, well these didn't really work out the way we want them to, but that's okay. You know what? We're just going to put them in his little side, and we're going to call it... We're going to be fine with that. We're going to be totally fine with what we made there. He's got it on his side. He's got his tools. I think it works enough. You know, he's scrappy. He's got his pliers on his side. I mean, they look like pliers, I think. He's got his hammer on this side, and he's got his apron. He's got his little goggles. What do we think, team? I think, you know, the pliers were iffy. But I do actually think it kind of works. I think it kind of works. It's a little itsy-bitsy functional. Not really, but kind of functional. And they sit on his side. And they look... I think they look like pliers. The problem is the magnet in the bottom is actually holding them in. Which, actually, that kind of works out. Let's get this better. Oh, the magnet doesn't want him to be holding his pliers correctly, though. Here, maybe we put them... Let's move the pliers over to this side and the hammer over to the other side. Let's see if that looks a little bit better. Okay, pliers over here. Totally not broken. Wait, you know what? Let's try to... Which one of these is the one that's loose? It's not that one. It's this one. There, that's much better. Okay. Okay, those pliers look better over on this side. I think. Go down here maybe. This one over here. Like that. Look at his hammer. Alright, what do we think? You know, we got a lot of metalworking in there, which actually I think really was nice. You know, it kind of like added some authenticity, if you will, to our design. Here's our drawing, by the way, and here's what we made. Honestly, pretty good. I think that's pretty good. I would say that's a success. Yeah, I like him. He's nice and heavy too, which just feels right. Yeah, you're right. I did say it was aluminum wire. I thought it was aluminum wire. Here, let me look on the wrapping. Maybe it's not aluminum. Oh no, it's steel. It's steel. It's galvanized steel wire. Good catch, Zoe. All right. Well, we've got our... Hey, how'd I do? You know what? I'm going to let you guys vote on this, actually. As you guys give me a name suggestion. So we're going to do 1, 2, 4. All right, there's the poll. How'd I do? All right, while you guys are voting on that, I also need name suggestions. We got Anvil. I love that for a name suggestion. And someone else said, actually the same person said this. It was Anvil and what was the other one you had, Amber? Anvil and Skewer? No, Anvil and something. I can't remember. Please remind me. Smitty, that's it. So we got Smitty. I love Smitty. I love Anvil. Both of those are actually really great names. The Forger. Frederick the Forger. Okay, we can put Frederick. Or maybe just Freddy. Ooh, wait. Even better. Even better. Instead of Freddy, my dad's middle name is Edward. We're going to call him Eddie. So maybe Eddie the Forger. Metalhead Max. Love that. Max. It's pretty good. Okay. Well, you guys keep giving name suggestions in the chat if you can. And while you are doing that, we are going to do a improvised crochet pattern to thank you for getting us to 100 likes today. Because apparently I haven't done enough by making this. Gosh, I gotta say though, it does look really cool and it feels really good. It feels heavy. It feels really cool. I'm really happy with them. Okay. All right. Now the first thing I need to do for this pattern, I'm remembering how to do this live, so I don't remember how to do it. Smitty Eddie. Okay. So I gotta look at this pattern as I do this here. Hopefully I can remember. I think we have 8 stitches. Then 1, 2, increase, looks like. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, increase. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 8 stitches, increased up to 10. 1 round of single crochets after that, decreasing it down, adding bumps on either side of that, putting some increases in the back. After that, more increases, some mini baubles for feet, and then it's singles. And I actually don't even know if there's decreases at the bottom. Okay, we're gonna try it. Let's give it a shot. We'll try to make them purple and yellow. Let's give it a shot. We're going to put this guy slightly out of camera only because... You know what? No, we can keep him in camera because I'm not going to do the tutorial for the first one. I'll just try to explain what I'm doing for the first one, and that way we'll have some space to do more of a tutorial if I make another one of these. All right, let's give it a shot. We're going to start with 8 single crochets into our magic loop to start us off. 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to crochet pretty loose. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Pull that nice and tight, and then it's... I did 4 on the back, 2 in the front. Okay, so I think it's 2, 1, yeah, 2 and then 2 increases. So 2 single crochets in round 2, 1 and 2, and then 2 increases in a row, 1 and 2 in the same stitch, and then another increase right here will be 1 and 2 in the same stitch. And then finish up by just doing 4 more single crochets to the end of the round. 1, 2, yeah, 3, and 4, like that. Okay. Next up, we've got, I think it's just a round of singles in the next round. Let me see. Yeah. Yeah, all single crochets for round 3. Hopefully this is less than 100 stitches. So, unhooping your hands like the deer in Animal Crossing. That's so funny. That is, I love that reference. That is great. Hey, anybody watch the new Fiona and Cake, by the way? I haven't watched it yet, but I really want to watch it. Okay, so this round 3 was just single crochets all the way around with 10 single crochets, I believe. By the way, again, I don't know. I'm like trying to remember the best I can here. All right, round 4 here. We're gonna add some from some bobbles. I think. No, we're gonna decrease 1, 2, and then 2 decreases, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So round 4 is gonna be 2 singles. 2 single crochets, and then 2 invisible decreases. 1 and 2 invisible decreases there. Nice. And then single crochets to the end. So 4 more single crochets. 1, and then that'll bring us back down to 8 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and 4. I don't think I have any decreases in our next round, so I was gonna add the eyes now, but I'll do one more round and then we can add the eyes afterwards. Give us more space to figure out exactly where I want the eyes. Okay, so that was round, what was that? 1, 2, 3, 4. And all right, our next round we're gonna do, looks like 1 single, 1 bump, then 2 singles, 1 bump, and 1 increase. Okay. What did I just say? I don't know. 1 single crochet to start, and then a bump, which is like a double crochet 2 together. It's like it's basically like a very, very small bobble. And then 2 single crochets as normal. 1 and 2. And then another bump here. 1 and 2. And then I think it's 1 single crochet and then 2 increases after that second bump. Let's try it. 1 single crochet. And this should bring us back up to 10 stitches, I believe, in this round. Yeah, I think so. 1 single crochet there, and then, yeah, 2 2 increases. 1 and 2, and then another one right here. 1 and 2, like that. And then I'm going to add my eyes. So I'm going to pull this out really quick. We're just going to use 6mm eyes. And don't worry, we're going to make another one of these, by the way. Once I have it like solid in my noggin. And our eyes are going to go into... It looks like where I put these ones were perfect, which was right above the arms. Around 2 stitches. Around 2 stitches. 2 and 6. Okay, around 2. Stitch number 2, which is going to be 1 and 2 would be right here. And then 6, which would be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is going to be right here. Like that. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Okay. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. And then we'll lock this into place. I think I actually could make this even... I wouldn't mind making this even bigger on the nose part, but it's actually not that bad. Okay. We'll lock this into place. And then the other one. It's actually probably going to be easier to add the eyes before we make the hands in the next time we do this. When we do our tutorial part. I also probably will record this tutorial separate, but we'll see. There we go. Ah! Yeah, see, it's so hard to get in there to lock the eye into place at this point. It would have been a lot easier to do this earlier. Okay, but there's the eye locked into place. Nice. Okay. I'm glad I didn't... I almost gave this little dude away once. Glad I didn't. Okay. There's our eyes in place. It is looking cute, right? I can see what's going on here. I kind of want a bigger nose. It's not bad, though. I just maybe could increase... Nah, it's not bad. It's not bad. It'll look way better when I stuff it, too. Okay, so the next round over is going to be... It looks like it's just going to be singles all the way around and then increases in the back where we get to the tail part. Okay. So that's going to be like 1, 2, just count our way over. There's 3 and 4 and 5. It's normal, and then there's 6, 7 maybe. Yeah, 7 singles and then an increase twice. So there's 8 and 9. Here's another increase. 10 and 11. I think that's right. And then one more single crochet. 12. So you should have 12 stitches, I believe. And you see, that's our tail right there. Let me just look. 12. Okay. And then our next round is going to be 1. Then a mini bobble. And then 3. 1, 2, 3. Then another mini bobble. Then 1, 2, 3. Increase. And then 1, 2, 3 to finish up. And then sew closed. Okay, let's try it. So it's 1 here, and then a mini bobble stitch here. It's 1 and 2, 3, like that, and then 3 singles. 1, 2, 3, and then another mini bobble. 1, 2, 3. That closed, and then 1, 2, 3. Yep. And then 3 singles after the mini bobble. 1, 2, 3. And then increase right here. 1, 2, and then 2 single crochets to finish that round up. And then to finish the piece up, we're going to do 1 more single crochet, and then we can cut the yarn and we'll start sewing it closed. Yeah, so we'll cut the yarn here, pull through, and now we can just start sewing it closed. And then we're going to add the spikes go on as an embroidery addition. Okay. So teeny tiny, itsy bitsy, teeny itty bitty teeny tiny. All right, so let's go ahead. We'll use some of this stuffing here, or this extra thread of stuffing. Actually, I think we do not need very much. You know what? I'm going to put stuffing first above the head. So that way there's stuffing actually in the face part. Like this. Yeah, that's pretty good. Nice. Like that. Yeah, that's good. And then sew it closed, and then we'll add just a little bit of stuffing in the bottom. All right, later, Dad. I'll give you a call after this. All right, so let's sew this closed now. And the way I'm going to sew it closed, I think I'm just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip 5. Or skip 6. This one to that one. That one to that one, that one to that one, that one to that one. Okay, yeah, so skip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Skip 5. Starting in the 6th one, I'm going to go into that one, out through the other, and then sew it up like this. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Like all the way up to the end of the tail there. And then I'm going to work my sew back down, stuff it up, and then sew it fully closed. And then we'll embroider on some spikes. Spikes, I'm just literally just going to like embroider it. It should be really very, very simple. Into that stitch, into that, out of that one. Okay. And then we'll go across into... No, I guess that's good. And then we'll just sew it closed. But let me go ahead and stuff it a little bit first. Just the very base of them. Like that. Okay. Nice long tail. And then we're going to sew this closed into the front loops. And then we're going to name our T-Rex. 2, 3, 4, oopsies, 5. So sew in those last 5 stitches. Let's pull it nice and tight at the bottom. In, oh, and right, we want to add our yellow spikes too. That nice and close. Cut it. And I mean, there is our dino technically done, but now we want to add, just embroider on some spikes. I'm also going to pinch the face a little bit more. I mean, it looks honestly really cute. Now let's make it even cuter by adding some spikes. So we just need a little bit of yellow yarn for this part. I don't think we need to go too hard on the yellow. And then I'm gonna fold it in half actually to double it up. Okay. That. And this part might be a little frustrating, but it won't be that bad, I don't think. We essentially are just gonna embroider this all the way down. So I'm gonna come out through, I'll come through the bottom right here. And then we'll come through off where the tail is. 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3. Maybe I should have made those bobble stitches down. Nah, that's too complicated. Okay, so up through this stitch for sure. I think. For sure, I think. Classic Louis. For sure, I think. And then up through... Actually, maybe I should have gone even further down to the tip of the tail. Tip of the tail to ya. All the way down to there. Okay, so up. Out through the tip of the tail. Tip of the tail. There we go. Go up 1 stitch. And then I'll go up 2, 3, 4. Oh yeah, okay. So we'll go up. Yeah. 1, 2. So I'm gonna go 2 rounds. I'm gonna go here actually. I think that's maybe a little bit more centered. That. There's 1 tail spike. We're gonna do is back down too. So then back into the other one, up through the same stitches came out of. 2, like that, and then 1, 2 rounds up right there, out through the very center. That 3, and then down through that one, out through the top, and then we're just going to double this all the way back down. 1, out through there, 2. Before I pull it tight, I'm going to pull them out a little bit. Down. Out through the same round. I'm kind of splitting my yarn as I go by accident because I'm going really quick. Just trying to figure it out. Down through this stitch. And we'll come out through the very bottom. And then we'll do one last one after we fix that. Back down through the center of this one. And then out through the tail. Like that. Let's see how everything looks. Hey, those spikes look pretty good, I would say. I mean, not perfect, you know, but for a first try there, not too bad. I'm going to pull those loops out a little bit too, just to make our life a little bit easier. I think there's probably going to be an easier way for me to make the spikes, so I might actually save our second one of these to record later, and then practice this a little bit first before I record a video tutorial for it. Okay. And then we'll double knot this here. 1 and 2. Okay. What do we think, guys? I think that's good. We need to vote on our name. But I like this mini. I like this little mini. And I think it's a good start. And then hopefully I can record this tutorial tonight and get it onto the website as soon as possible. But do we have any feedback? I'd love feedback. If we have any. My only thought here is I maybe want to make the nose a little bit more pronounced. But honestly, also, it's so easy that I don't really mind it being flat. Just for reference. There they are next to each other. That's pretty good. All right, let's name our guy, and let me know if you have any feedback about this little tiny itty bitty T-Rex. Or if you have any questions, of course. See, I think, I want this nose to be more like, you know? It's not bad. I'm just being picky. Ree agrees with the nose, though. Okay, so I might go back to the drawing board after this and test this out a little bit more before we do an actual video tutorial, to be more, more certain about what we're making. Okay, last thing we want to do here is vote on our name. I think we got all the name suggestions in there. Yeah, let's just go with these 4. I love that some people gave me their honesty and they were like, you got a 1, man. This is not it. Someone was like, no. 3, I appreciate it. Okay, here we go. Name our metal working, or sorry, our blacksmith T-Rex. We got Anvil. We got Smitty. Love the name Smitty there. We got Eddie. And we got Max. Boom. Those are your name suggestions. Go ahead and vote now. And let's take a better look at our little character here. Blair needs a pattern for the T-Rex. Don't worry, Blair. I will do it. By the way, I saw your bat pattern. Looks very similar. Cool to see, though. Okay. So let's look a little bit closer to our little blacksmith T-Rex here. I like him. I'm pretty happy with him. And I think all those names kind of really do work. We got a little hammer. We got our little goggles there. Our tongs. And our blacksmith apron. Oh, we wanted to make the apron a little smudged. That's right. We did have a request for that. Hold on. Let me get some lead here. I don't know if I have any lead. Let's see, what happens if we just use a marker on it? Wait, we need something to test this out on. Here, let me just make a little, like, blank patch. And we can test this idea out. Dustin, dude, thank you. Oh, Dustin, you're so sweet, dude. You're the best. Thank you for the support, my dude. All right, let me see. Let's see what this will look like. 1 second. We'll add a little dude for you out there, Dustin. And make sure to give our vote on the name now. Okay, we're just gonna do like, I'll just do one more round here. I'm basically just trying like to make a blank canvas for us to test out this black marker on it to make them look a little dirty. We might actually also do it on the face and stuff. Okay, let's see how this looks. Okay. This could work. That looks pretty good. That definitely looks like soot on there, right? I love that, actually. That kind of looks exactly like what we want. I even might put some on his face. Right? And then I can even like wipe it down so it looks like more smudgy. I think that's pretty good. Let's do it. Whoo! I'm nervous. I'm nervous, though. I'm not going to lie. This could mess up our whole thing. Okay. We're going to be careful with this. Smudge that up a little bit. Pretty good. We'll do a little bit up here maybe. Nice. Love that. Oh my god, that totally added some. Do I do any on the face? Maybe a little bit here on the hand. Maybe a little on the feet there. Nice. A little bit more right here. Okay. Looks nice and dirty there. Just a little bit there. Oops. Lost our hammer. That's okay. We'll fix that in a second. My dad's always got some black soot on his face when he gets back from blacksmithing. Nice. Oh, dude, this totally helps. Marker on the goggles? Okay, just a little bit. Just a little bit here. Oh, it doesn't really stay. Okay. 11 on the tail too. I love it. Oh my god, I think that's just the right amount too. I got marker all over our fingers. Maybe I'll get a little bit more on the stick. There we go. Huh? I like it. I love the black soot. It totally adds to it, I think. Looks great. Thank you for calling me brave, because I have to say that was nerve-wracking. I didn't like doing that. But it came out great, I think. I think that was a really good addition. Wow. They look great, I think. Oh, my dad's gonna love this. Okay. Alright, what did we name it? Let's see, our names. Oh, perfect name, guys. Yeah, that definitely. Best name choice. Love it. Our name of our blacksmith T-Rex is Smitty. Smitty, the blacksmith T-Rex. Oh my gosh, what a top tier T-Rex. Top tier dino right there. That's top tier. 10 out of 10. Would crochet again. Oh, my dad's gonna love it. Alright, team. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. If you really like what's going on here and you want to support this channel, I really, really, really highly suggest, probably one of my favorite things I've made, at least in a long, long time, my new game, Lava Run. Get it today. You can find it at lavarungame.com. There's a link up here. There's a link in the description. Lava Run, Lava Run, Lava Run. Get it today. We're going to be playing this game more often too, and if you want to watch me play this game, you can find I have a YouTube account just for this, at Lava Run Game. I actually need followers too, so if you would like to subscribe, if you're watching right now and you're looking for another channel to subscribe to, go check out Lava Run Game. Here, I'll put it in the chat. At Lava Run Game. Go sub. There you go. Okay. You got nervous about adding marker and so you embroidered it? I mean, it's equally as permanent to embroider it. But I feel that, totally. All right, everybody. Thank you so much again for joining. We will be live next week. Actually, next... Hold on, let me make sure before I say this out loud. Next Sunday. We'll probably be live on... I might be live on next Friday. In fact, we probably will do another Lava Run Dino live stream next Friday. But if not, and regardless, even if we do another Dino live stream next Friday, we are going to be live on the 16th on Sunday because it's our birthday. It's Club Crochet's birthday. I think it's our 8th birthday. I'm pretty sure it's our 8th birthday on Club Crochet on the 16th. I got to look to make sure, but we're going to do a birthday live stream. You better believe we're going to do a birthday live stream, and I'm very excited. One last joke from Amber. Hold on. If I can find it. What should you do when a dino sneezes? Get out of the way! It's like when Jimbo sneezes. Yeah, it might be 9th even. I don't know. It's a birthday though, for sure. Thank you guys again for watching. I really hope you enjoyed crocheting this pattern along with me. I'll see you next week. Pasta la pizza. Happy hooking. Go get Lava Run today. And oh my gosh, stop. You hang up first. Oh my gosh, you're making me blush. Oh no, stop it. You hang up first. No, you hang up first. No, you. Oh my gosh, stop. No, stop. No, you hang up. No, you hang up first. No, you hang up. No, you hang up first. No. No, you hang up. Stop. You hang up first. You hang up first. Okay, fine. I'll hang up first. Bye, guys. Bye. See you next week. Bye.